Boom! Look at that. Fucking what? Fucking timing you got, mailman. Oh, baby. I want you all fucking fired up like you just punched fucking 3 bags.
I just pulled in the driveway, took a piss, changed my shirt, and sat on.
Oh, what is that shirt you got going on?
That's
Squids, man.
Let's go.
Love that.
Uh-huh.
That is
about to crush some Chick-fil-A on camera, too.
Woo!
I think that's a normal thing is someone's eating every episode now.
I haven't ate since 7:30 this morning.
What?
Yeah.
So you're fasting?
Wow.
I've lost like 15 pounds doing this shit.
Podcast?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
Sweet tea.
You're now coming out with fucking lines?
Yes. It's the year of Coco. We've said this. You're the only one that doesn't believe in it. You don't believe in it.
New year, new him.
I just keep waiting for you to go back to like the fucking dumbfounded for half a fucking episode.
Fly ball.
Fly ball.
Mike
Middle of a triple play. Get down.
I have a box with my name on it now. Like I'm pretty much doing things.
It's not the real name though. Hummer owes you $5.
But he wrote Coco on it too. It got to me.
Oh, that is amazing. I had Chick-fil-A for the first time in I don't know how many on Saturday during the broadcast. We got Chick-fil-A ordered. Gotta tell you, we're fucking way out. Like the fact that we don't have sweet tea everywhere around here is stupid.
Sweet tea lemonade mixture is the best, man.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so here we go. Now that's bringing me into what happened on Thursday night of driving down to Viera for the Challenge Cup. I went to fucking Buc-ee's.
Hell yeah.
Dustin, next time we're down in Viera, like when we go down for the Sea Worlds, I'll be down for the World Series. We're going to fucking Buc-ee's. We're going to make a road trip.
How does it compare to Wawa? I'm guessing it's some sort of...
I like Wawa's food better.
The experience at Buc-ee's just blows it out of the way.
Okay.
It's a Cracker Barrel on crack is what it is.
I had to look it up when you guys were talking about it, and I saw it's like the cleanest bathrooms you'll ever see. And I was like, what is this place?
It's a fucking clothing store with food.
I could get gas, fudge. I got a brisket sandwich. I could have bought a fucking smoker. I could have bought shit for the bathroom. I could have bought stuff for the walls at home. I could have bought Babette all the baby clothes she could ever need on top of everything you find at a normal gas station, plus the Bucky nuggets. Like, Buc-ee's fucks.
Did you get the potato chips? The Bucky chips? Oh, dude, I should have told you.
Yeah, you should have. You knew I was going to fucking Buc. We were texting on when I was going into Buc-ee's.
I know. Next time.
Can't believe you didn't get the chips.
The Bucky chips.
JRo, what's the rest stop that we stopped at going to Connecticut? You told me you used to always stop. The truckers take showers at it.
Pilot.
Buc-ee's look like a pilot on steroids.
Dude, they have 100 gas pumps.
Yeah. And there's supposed to be like a toilet for every gas pump.
It's wild.
You can shit all day, Dustin.
Their beef jerky's fire too.
Yeah, I didn't get beef jerky. I got a cheesesteak. I got a brisket sandwich. I got the cheesesteak roll-up. It was between that or the jerky. I wish I got the jerky because that would have been good to have during the weekend on the broadcasts. But Buc-ee's, never been to a Buc-ee's. It was the greatest fucking. I almost bought like fucking hats. I almost came back looking like fuck. I mean, it looked like Bucky just without the fucking fur. Fuck, Buc-ee's.
How does this place compare to south of the border?
It's still south of the border. So Buc-ee's. So south of the border is just like. It's trailer park trash south of the border. It's just trash. Like, that's where, like, you're on Tinder, right? And you get the girl that looks pretty, and then she shows up looking like me. Buc-ee's is the girl on Tinder that looks like an 8, and you show up, she's naked, ready to go. And a 10. And a 10.
Now, see, I don't actually remember south of the border. I just remember the 8 million billboards there are.
Forever. Sucks. South of the border sucks. South of the border is nothing. Like, south of the border, it's not even good to fucking stop and get coffee. Cinnamon pecan roll crunch?
Dude, they got some crazy stuff there, man.
What the fuck is that?
It's in like they have like a bakery section.
Yeah. So this was at 11 o'clock at night. I stopped at the one in Jacksonville. I didn't stop at the one in Daytona Beach because mailman, it's not fucking 2 hours to Viera from Jacksonville. From the airport, it was 3. I got in the car. It said 180 miles to your exit.
Dude,
I'm like,
that's
fuck.
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes from my house. I'm 25 minutes from Jacksonville Airport.
But you're driving a mail truck. You can go whatever speed. No one's pulling you over.
You were saying it was 2.5 hours before. Now you're telling me it's 2:40 from your house and you're 20 minutes from the airport.
2:38. I'm like 22 minutes from the airport.
South or
South. I'm on the Georgia line.
That's north. That's north of the airport.
Yeah, north.
Okay.
Georgia is north of Florida.
I did stay in Melbourne too that first night. So, but yeah, no, that Buc-ee's was great. What a great stop. Got coffee, got like 7 waters, the Buc-ee nuggets. I wish I knew about the chips. I would have fucked with those. But it was great. I think we got a lot to talk about tonight, boys. So what do you say? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bring It. Okay. We're not paying royalties still, right? Beautiful.
No,
all right.
We own it.
Well.
Yeah. I went across that situation and I was like, no, there's nothing there.
Nothing good. All right. We're good on that side. Anyway, welcome to a second Challenge Cup edition. We have a big one tonight. Weird weekend. Different weekend. Fun weekend. Most of us got down there. Coco was umpiring. D-Money was playing. I was broadcasting. Fucking Magic Mike said, fuck y'all. I'm not coming down. But I can take BP in my backyard. Anyway, D-Money, baby, what's happening? What you drinking?
What's up, JRo? Tonight, I have a Treehouse. Treehouse Days. This was given to me from some random person at a gas station. Wasn't a Buc-ee's.
What?
But he came up to me. Yeah, he came up to me. He saw like a Bissell sticker that I had on the car. He came up to me and just handed me a Treehouse. He was like,
Dustin did good in the bathroom. He gave him a present after.
Yeah, it was a sketchy gas station, and
by my house, you said.
By Coco's
You know
house.
what? You know what it was? He was listening to the live streams from over the weekend. He heard you in enthusiasm.
This was actually like a month ago, but yeah, if he's watching, thanks, man. Yeah, I was gonna say, I haven't really had a beer in a long time, but. Yeah. Viera got me on Saturday night, so the beer bags were out. So,
Coco, great job umpiring this weekend, especially Sunday morning in that Alabama-Carolina game. I got to tell you, I got to go through my text with DW real quick because he sent me who it was because I was complimenting the umpires. But what non-alcoholic?
Was it Dallas? No.
No, I got to pull it up. I'll find.
I think I put a picture in our group chat. He looked like we showed up. And I was like, someone was like, that looks exactly like Hayes. And I was like,
Justin Stout.
Oh. Yeah, you do look alike.
Yeah, so you'd never put that. That's not in the group chat I have. So as soon as you said great job umpiring, I was like, I don't know what he's just being an asshole like usual. So I said, thank you. I've just gone with it. I've had no idea what you were talking about this entire time.
So this anyway, what are you drinking? We'll get to Justin Stout in a minute.
So I have my pink lemonade butt in honor of the mail that we got.
Pink lemonade
today.
butt? Okay.
Yeah, I butt chugged it. But in honor of our mail that we got today, I went with a Spyglass Branch and Blade collab for the 1-year anniversary of the new location. It's a Pilsner.
Okay. Nice.
It's nice.
I don't want to put. I was going to put Justin's picture up here. I just added him on Facebook. I just don't want to, significant others in his Facebook profile. I just don't want to put him on blast here.
That's fair.
But
Coco, we've already said his name 4 times.
I mean, whatever. He's an umpire. I said it on the broadcast a bunch. So he did a hell of a job behind the dish. Him and Steve Milani.
He's one of the good ones.
Yeah. Really good dude too. Like, cause when you guys were playing North Carolina deals, like, so when are we podcasting? He just kind of looked at him like, podcast, our third mic. He looks exactly like you. It's fucking hysterical. Crystal, thank you. Just for everything. Thank you. Mailman, what's up, baby? How you doing? What are we drinking?
Just some sweet tea lemonade. Rough day at work.
Extra lemonade. It was so rough.
So you finish your route at 5. You think you're doing good. Hey, I'm new. I'm a month old. Hey, the new guy is not scanning his packages. Can you go figure it out? Okay.
Wait.
So I go there. he didn't scan 15 packages in his first 10 minutes of working. So I had to show him what to do. He went back and did it. And then they call me and say, hey, the other new guy, he's been there for 2 weeks, doesn't have data on his phone. He can't find the streets. Can you go help him?
That sounds like something that would happen to me.
That sounds like Coco.
Yeah, no data. I'm not on that unlimited plan.
I get there and I say, hey, man, like, if you don't have data, and you better get it because you're not going to survive. Like, if you don't have data and you can't find an address or a street, you're fucked. That's what I said to him. He goes, yeah, I know. I've had it since for 20 years. Before it was AT&T, it was Singular Wireless.
Yeah,
Jesus
started
Christ.
I
We're the
said,
same guy.
I said, dude, he's an older guy. I said, hey, man,
Hey, really?
you have to get data or you're not going to survive.
Or just buy a fucking GPS. One or the other. One or the other.
So then I sat there for 25 minutes and sorted through the mail. Couldn't find any of the fucking mailboxes because it's pitch black now. Finally called and said, hey, man, you're going to have to send someone out here to do this or help me because I'm just going to bring it all back.
Oh.
So they sent a lady to come out and help me, and I felt bad. I'm going to buy her lunch. But she's like, just keep going straight. I said, Marie, I fucking don't know where I am. It's pitch black.
Let's get GPS.
Yeah, so I
Get some
finally
data.
it wasn't working, dude. Even if the guy had data. So I got back to the post office, and my supervisor apologized to sending me out to the wolves.
I love that you're now the new guy's bail after being a month in. Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm doing a good job. They tell me I am, but like, why are you sending me to help somebody and expect me to get it done in an hour?
Because you're the sucker that answered his phone.
Yeah.
Surprised the guy doesn't have a cricket.
He was a weird individual.
Holy shit. Hey, before we get diving in, because I think this is going to go.
Yeah, and I've been up since 4 a.m. So
Yeah, just to add on to that. You're
Seriously?
like 14 hours
Yeah.
in. They're like,
And
hey,
my son-
go do this.
yeah, my son had his EKG today for his seizures.
Yeah.
So he had to be sleep deprived. So he got up at 4. So we had restless sleep from 4 on because we had to wake him up.
Oh, so you're really feeling good tonight.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna look like me on Saturday, where it's like a combined 4 hours of sleep between Thursday and Friday nights. Well, we're gonna have a fun show. We're gonna keep you entertained as well, mailman. That's the first thing. Before we get diving into all things Challenge Cup and what we got going on with some mail that we got today, I know we don't talk about the senior circuit, the senior softball a lot, but I do want to make a mention of this again. Another team goes down to the Tournament of Champions and wins from the Northeast. So, Four Seasons Painting, Evil Sports, 50-plus senior team out of Worcester, Massachusetts, won the Tournament of Champions tournament down in Winter Haven this past weekend. They won it last year as well. So back-to-back years, those guys go down there, Tournament of Champions wins it. Now, this Tournament of Champions is a little different. It's not just you sign up and go play. You have to go out and win a big tournament to be invited to go to this one. So it really is kind of like how some of the tournaments used to be in the back in the day. You have to win states, win nationals, and then you go to this tournament. They're still doing it on the senior circuit high side. Invite-only tournament. Only teams that won a national or world tourney the previous year. Best of the best to determine the best team of the year, which is awesome. So they went undefeated in bracket play and won the final game 22-21. They won 5 out of 7 tournaments entering this year, including 3 ring tourneys, which there's only one ring that matters.
My buddy Country plays in that team. He's
Yeah.
running out of fingers and toes. He's going to have to start using something else to put his ring on it.
Love it.
I think he's got about 9 in the last year and a half.
Well, he's just going to have to get a cock ring.
Yeah.
Done.
That's
That's a great one. Why not get a cock ring?
Mm-hmm.
They won 5 out of 7 tournaments entering this year, including 3 rings. That's an unbelievable year. Unfucking believable year. Also, Shots Fired, which is a women's 50-plus team out of Rhode Island, won the 50-plus women's Tournament of Champions, also in Florida this weekend. Unbelievable turnout from the Northeast.
That's huge because in Florida they have something called the Half Century League.
Yeah.
Those 50 and over play all year long down here in Florida. And it's just 50 and over.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's called like the Half Century. They pay, I think they pay like a fee.
Yeah.
And that's their leagues.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also, so Four Seasons Painting Evil Sports, they are half of the tournament, half of the teams in the tournament, including them, have been bumped to major before the tournament. So Four Seasons Painting is going to be playing major senior ball next year. This year they were AAA. Awesome. Love to see that. And this guy, I don't know who Mike Gurton is, but Gertie, the man we know as Gertie around these parts, Gertie was the MVP. So Mike Gurton, no fucking clue who he is. But Gertie, we know and love him. But that's awesome. Like, I know we don't give the senior guys a ton of love, even though we're all senior guys in here, right? All 35 plus. But I do want to check out some of those senior tournaments, but definitely wanted to make sure we gave that little love to some local guys winning that again, which is awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. I would like to get somebody on here who can represent that side, who might, is not Tony, because he's the only thing I hear about, the senior softball.
I cannot wait to play senior softball.
Yeah, the things that he says sound pretty amazing about.
Yeah, the bats, the balls.
Well, let's I'll reach out to Derek Therian, and we'll get one of the Four Seasons guys on here, and we'll talk senior ball. In February. We're going to work on a lot of guests. I want to get OGKP on here. I want to talk about his new bat. He had a fucking monster weekend, but
he's a savage. It don't matter what he swings.
And what a great fucking dude.
Awesome.
But I do want to talk about that senior ball and dive into it a little bit. And, we have been a platform for softball now for 3 years, and we've never really gone into that. That's basically like we've promoted the women so much, but we're all getting older. We need to get into the softball senior circuit and figure out what the fuck's going on over there. But anyway, so congratulations to you boys. 4 Seasons. Also in Shots Fired out of Rhode Island, the 50 plus women's team as well. So make sure you're drinking your Metamucil, making sure you got your prune juice and you're okay for work. Make sure the AARP's paid up.
That women's 40, that 50 and over is more impressive than anything. Women playing softball at that age, man, that's got to be unbelievable.
I mean,
they got to be in great shape. Think about your grandma playing softball.
Jesus Christ.
My grandmother at 50. Like,
that was really? Think about that. When your grandma was 50 years old, could she have played softball?
I bet you she could spin a double fly.
My grandmother could barely leave the fucking house. Like,
no, she would have gotten
50 years old.
Beers,
Think about that. Think about at 50 years old. Could your grandma have played softball?
I'm thinking about like a lot of the women, like a lot of my aunts, and no shade thrown at my aunts, but they're not really that athletic. But I have a couple of my cousins that are older. They could absolutely play some ball. Like I could see Tab Hebert, Alyssa Derrick when they're 50 years old playing ball.
Right, but that's a certain breed, man.
Fair enough.
I'm
going out on a limb here with the conference women's rookie of the year and Tab.
I give them all the credit, and that's why women's softball is so much better than men's.
What'd you say?
Women's slow pitch softball is so much better than men's softball.
I fucking love you.
It's
fucking love you.
Look at it. It's what they do is way better than what we do. We should be able to hit a softball fucking 110 miles an hour. We're men.
Shit.
Go, just identify. He'll be fine.
I got to 101 once.
The women's game is more impressive than the men's game.
You know what? I'm gonna just get your soapbox, stand up, and fucking go. I love it, but you guys know where I stand on the women's game. I saw all the chaos. Like, first off, before we get into chaos, I love you, ladies. Mike, you haven't seen this yet. I showed these guys backstage. I got a ring.
Nice.
I got a little ring from Chaos.
That's awesome.
I got so Alyssa and Freddie, they're also, they're like, oh, make sure you see us. Like, I'm like, obviously, we got a surprise for you. And, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I was hoping it was something like from the team, like maybe a team picture, like signed by the girls or something, so I can hang up in my office. Loved last year with them. I had so much fun with the Chaos women last year. So I see Freddie when I pull into the parking lot before I head over to just go walk around on Friday, and he hands me this box. And if you went back and watched when Chaos won the AA Worlds this year, you'd see the same emotions. I had my sunglasses on, thank God, because I was like, I can't start crying in front of this man on Friday morning. But like my hands were shaking, and it just meant a lot. Like I didn't do a damn thing. I was just, having fun with them all year. And the girls got the Chaos, so they got me a ring for being a part of it and hyping them up. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Freddie. Thanks, ladies. Like that was a special run. So it was great.
It
traveled
awesome.
The country with them.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like what you're seeing just in your whole aspect of what you're doing right here, right?
Yeah.
You started off just following Alyssa and Tab,
Mm-hmm.
just putting them on the showcase to show New England, like, hey, we have two studs going out there and playing all over the place. You know what I mean? And then the entire team just jumped on with you, man. They love what you did, and it was awesome. When you showed that to me after the game, after our first game, I was like, "That's so fucking sick."
I would have cried right away.
Oh, I needed a tissue. I didn't, so I just used one of my, my shirt. But I was fucking. I felt like I had won. When they won, it was just such a proud moment. And then getting that, it was just so unexpected and everything. Like, I mean, I'm kind of emotional again right now, like thinking about it. And then I finally get a chance to meet Maddie, and I get to meet Shelby. So I saw them after their the Kentucky game, and they come fucking running up to me like, like 90 Day Fiance, and we're getting off the plane, and it's like, oh my God, like it was fucking awesome. So that's why I used the picture with them. Got to meet Tay Lizzle, Hannah, Alexopolis. So like I just got to meet a lot of the girls from Chaos, who I never had met. And it was an amazing weekend down in Viera. I wanted to
keep rubbing it in. Keep rubbing it in. It was an amazing weekend.
I was surprised how nice the weather was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You worked a lot of games.
Awesome.
I got out before the rain too.
But I wanted to make sure we gave a little love to the seniors, especially with that kind of an accomplishment. Amazing stuff.
And we should definitely get Kirby on here. I didn't even think about that, and he's a blast.
Yeah, Kirby was down there. Yeah. Kirby needs to come back on. Oh, you know what? We're gonna have Kirby back on. We're gonna get Kirby on here shortly. I'll reach out to Kirby. There's something Kirby and I need to talk about that should be brought up on the podcast. It's a good thing. We'll just leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, we'll leave a little cliffhanger. Kirby and I had a great conversation. He pulled the curtain back on a couple of things to come. So, we'll bring him back on. But let's get going.
He's one of my favorite people to talk to in softball.
He knows his shit too.
And Paula's unbelievable. Like Paula was down there with him. It was awesome. It was so great to see Kirby. I got a chance to hang out with him for about 20 minutes watching the Team New England women's major game and just chat with him and talk about his stuff and what he's been doing, how his rehab's been going. It was great to catch up with Kirby Murphy. If you don't know Kirby Murphy or have never seen him play, or just look at him. He's a fucking physical specimen, for Christ's sake. Women's C, shall we?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Did you get much of an opportunity to watch much of the Women's C while you were down here this weekend?
I got to watch both New Hampshire teams quite a bit, actually.
Oh, good.
Their schedule's like lined up pretty well with ours, so.
Good. So I'm going to lean on you. First off, from last week's picks, so drum roll, where we were picking dark horse teams teams that weren't Florida, teams that weren't Ohio's. We were picking teams that were dark horse picks in each state for each division. We were picking teams that weren't like the sexy pick for teams that were going to do well, finish top 3. Women's C is the only division we have multiple winners.
Ooh.
Here's the problem. We are going to end up with a tie for overall. Who, if you had Michigan facing off against Minnesota in your women's C of the championship, congratulations, you won a lot of money. Magic Mike, you had Michigan. I had Minnesota, and Minnesota fucking won it.
Wow.
I was on with Mike Lacey on Sunday, and I was going through some of the other brackets, talking about who was doing what throughout brackets all weekend. I was trying to give the love to all the Challenge Cup going on when I was doing the stadium feed for the men's. Minnesota versus fucking Michigan in women's C? That's the final?
It's like women's hockey. It's very strong in that part of the country.
I was able to catch one of the Florida South games, the ones where it was like the end of their first pool game, and then they played New Hampshire for their second one. This team was really good.
Florida South?
Yes, and it looks like they came in third place.
Yep.
They murdered both teams. Murdered them. Wasn't even close really at all.
Oh, and they finished 4.6 run differential, 9.8 runs for, which was fourth in the top 10. 7.3 runs allowed, but I'm still kind of blown away by Minnesota. Minnesota had dominant showing, 10.1 runs allowed, 10.1 runs for, 4.3 runs allowed, 5.9 differential. How now this Florida South team, you saw them play a couple times and you thought they were just on point.
33-3 they outscored in pool.
Yeah, they fucking destroyed both teams. That Oregon team was not very good. From what I saw, they had some pitching issues in both of or in that first game for sure where they played Florida South. It was
21-1 will typically be a little bit of a pitching issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it kind of rolled into the New Hampshire game, but New Hampshire was hitting pretty well that game. So, and their defense was on point.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Florida South went through, beat Pennsylvania 9-3, beat Arizona 11-9, beat SoCal 11-4, lost to Minnesota in a one-run game in the winter bracket final or winter bracket semi, and then lost to Michigan 13-0.
Yeah.
Wild that Minnesota and Michigan. Like
this is in the what? The C?
Women's C.
Women's C.
If you look at the bracket though, it shows how does Michigan get there? Because it shows them that I didn't shut
There's
up,
two
Mike.
brackets.
I didn't look at the losers bracket.
Yeah.
They won a lot of
Holy
games.
shit, they lost their first game.
Yeah, they lost.
Michigan did?
Wow.
Michigan ran the losers bracket?
1,
Yeah,
2,
that's what
3,
one's-
4,
yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8 wins.
They lost
Yeah,
eight
so
to
like-
North
Yeah.
Carolina.
That's
Jesus.
crazy.
And they didn't have any like real easy games. Like they beat Washington 4-0, Michigan, Pennsylvania 8-5. Then they beat Arkansas 6-3, Jersey 9-2, Georgia 8-7, Southern California 10-5, Tennessee 7-6, and then their only run rule was Florida South on Sunday morning at 9:20. Wow. But this is something that with the brackets that when I was talking to the New Hampshire men's C team, they were saying because they made a run on Saturday through the bracket, lost to North Texas on Sunday morning. The bracket really did losers bracket worked out where you weren't playing a typical tournament where you weren't having to play 3, 4, 5 games in a row.
Yeah, and just something I saw trying to watch from home. I was like, all right, when's their next game? They're going to be playing. Okay, they're playing in 6 hours or whatever. It's like, that's not what I was hoping for because now I'm going to forget. But it was like decently long breaks for them. I noticed.
Mm-hmm. So that definitely helps out when you're trying to make a run through the winners or losers bracket. But Jesus Christ, you lose your first game and rattle off a third place finish is a second place finish is unbelievable.
Yeah, and like you noted, JRo, New Hampshire did the same thing on the men's side, but they came in fourth. I mean,
Yeah.
they were destroying it. They played very well this weekend.
Yeah, let's real quick on the women's C side. We're gonna jump right into the men's C side. There's no tournament MVPs. All right, so Minnesota, Kelsey McFarland, Laura Rambolt, Katie Campbell, Lindsay Jordan, Lene Carlisle, and Corinne Cook from Minnesota, all part of the all-tournament team. Michigan with the second place, we'll give them a shout-out. Kelsey McFarland. Brooklyn Dolph, Rachel Lackey, Jamie Boudreau, and Yvonne Foreman. So congratulations to you ladies. Go ahead, take a look at the whole tournament team if you're interested. We'll move over to Men's C now. Men's C was... Well, there's a little controversy. Also, Daryl, go fuck yourself with those goddamn screenshots and put them on Facebook. Come on, buddy. Jesus, from North Texas.
Elaborate.
What happened? Yeah.
Well, so North Texas, I
heard they're the B team, right?
Dustin.
It was exactly what we looked at last week and kind of got through it. Some of the C teams that got bumped to B. They were C last year, B this year. Some of them just looked like it. For some reason, it said that they were a B.
Okay.
There was one guy on the team that was on Future Ones last year, which was a B team, which is a little weird to me, but that doesn't mean the team's a B team.
Okay.
And we were even talking about this backstage, and Dustin, you didn't know kind of what was going on the back end here. Dustin was like, "Yeah, it's a fucking C team. Like, go look at fucking Georgia." Georgia has all these E and D teams and has 2 fucking C teams. Come on, Georgia. You guys don't have that many fucking beaches for that much sand, for fuck's sake.
Chime in, Kevin. This is your chance, buddy.
But yeah, so what happened was, Daryl on Thursday, I think it was Daryl. So Daryl jumps in the comment. This Daryl Brumette Jr. He runs level 1 or level up in North Texas. They've been bumped now E, D, C, and B in consecutive years. They haven't gone to Worlds the last 2 years, but they've been a 12 to 1300 power rank team.
I went
Great
to go
team.
to Worlds.
Last year they were planning on going to I'd have to open up. Daryl and I got chatting a bunch today because I'm a curious fuck. I wanted to know kind of why aren't you going to Worlds? Like, why was AUIT team from Michigan won Winter Worlds in Texas this week at these? E team from New Hampshire won Worlds in Texas, in September. So him and I just got chatting, and I was like, how the fuck do we not know about Level Up? And because they haven't been able to go to Worlds. This year was just they didn't have the funding, and some guys couldn't go. Last year they were planning on it, then 3 guys bailed. So they've done well. Like they did well this year at C. They even were just under 500 in B. Same thing last year in D. They've done well, and they've had a couple pickups this year. They have some great sponsor. Daryl, put your sponsor in the comments if you want. But I think now they actually have they're planning on going Worlds this year. So, long story short, that's why they haven't gone to Worlds.
They played C last year?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And they were good. They had like a 51-14 record in C. They knew they were getting bumped. And I told Daryl, I hope you guys get bumped again. I hope you guys get bumped because it's you guys do well at Worlds. I don't like seeing people get bumped locally when they don't go to Worlds, but this team should have been bumped with what they've done at each level.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen teams around here who purposely don't go to Worlds, so thinking they're not going to get bumped. And then they
2 years ago, there was that was it Blue Point out of Long Island didn't go to Nationals, so they couldn't Nationals or Worlds because they didn't want to get bumped, and they still got bumped.
Yep.
But yeah, so Thursday or Friday, either which day it was, Daryl reaches out to me. He's like, "Well, if you're so confident in Mass, like, let's put $100 on it." I'm like, "That's no, no."
That's not how running your mouth behind a screen works.
No, I'm not betting $100. Like I'll bet you a beer. I'll bet you a 6-pack, but I'm not betting that much money. Fuck that. I'm not crazy, and especially when it's not my team or state. It's the region, but I'm not that invested. So I found somebody associated there that was like, yeah, I'm a D-Gen too. Like I'll jump on that. So Daryl then took some screenshots. I put the two in the chat. Daryl added somebody else in. It never went from there much. And then Daryl just takes some screenshots and posted in a Texas softball chat. I'm just like, keep my fucking name out your mouth.
Stop. You want nothing more than to have your name out there as much as possible. In
No.
softball.
Bring It podcast was nowhere tagged. There was nothing in there. I even had to tag it today for him. Tag us. Don't tag me. Like, tag Bring It podcast. That's where I want the brand getting out. I don't care about Jason Rowe. I care about Bring It podcast. But no, I wanted to catch him. But it was good. I got a chance to talk to Daryl today. We were talking about, some softball in Texas. I do know, from when I was down at the World Series, Texas bumps a lot of teams up at C. Where we're trying to build the C division, they're bumping teams from C to B. They're very bump heavy there, and that's where funding's tough.
They have a lot of teams, though. They have a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Look
a lot of teams, a lot of regions.
Look at the registered C teams last year in the state of Texas. Look how many teams there are. From that. It's crazy.
Which is great, and I love that.
Well, having 30 million people will allow that.
There's fucking 2 pages of C teams. And
It's what?
That's 50 per page.
And they've already played. Oh, so I was looking at. Fuck, Daryl. I keep fucking. Is it level 1 or level up? Let me see here.
It says level X.
X. Up.
Level up.
Okay, so level up. They played 20 tournaments each year. I'm like, that's more fucking tournaments than teams will play here in 2 years. But I do know 1 year they like last year, I think they spent money by going to like Colorado and some different places. So, and I told them, I was like, well, that's why I've never heard level up. Because, you're not going to Worlds and we're not seeing your name there.
They should come to the Firecracker.
Yeah. There's been teams that come from like Colorado and stuff.
Yeah, it's still a funny story.
You're playing 5 games, man. It's worth the money.
And you're C and above, so you're going to be playing on turf,
And you'll be at the same place no matter what.
Yeah,
exactly.
Before you move on, if we real quick,
we're going into the bracket there.
I just wanted to talk that one guy, the future ones guy. One thing that I wish we had, because everyone does it, you look at the roster so that if you lose, you can complain. They show when people get dropped from a roster. I wish on mine it doesn't show when they got added to a roster.
Yeah, I used to be able to look that up. I can't get on it anymore.
When was that person dropped from the roster then?
They were
late July.
July 17th. So now they are re-added, but it doesn't say when because it shows up again. But it would I think that's one of those things where it's like, was it you going down and playing with a B team?
That kid just said he was added in December, so it's after Worlds.
Yeah, so that makes sense. You know what I mean? He probably just played some charity tournament with them or something like that.
Yeah.
It was on the website. So there you go.
And I gotta tell you, honestly, this is one of the reasons I love where our reach has grown so much. And this is what Daryl and I were talking today about. I'm like, if you guys have games being streamed on, wherever you're playing, we'll fucking broadcast them since, we can't do the games now.
I love softball. I'll broadcast anything.
Right. And that's a thing. So it's, I like that our reach is growing because we can get this information now. Like where this fucking team, like, I mean, we know JP obviously with Future Ones and was with Beloli last year a bit, but it was, now we can figure out, okay, so you say you're on Future Ones. When were you there? Oh, okay. So it's December. So you played, 14 tournaments from, December 1 until January 2. Cool. Now, D, you got a chance. I didn't get a chance to watch much of this New Hampshire C. I did get a chance to watch some of the men's C-ball. In bracket, I saw like New Hampshire play Iowa. Jimmy O'Connor made a fucking hell of a grab. I didn't really get a ton of opportunity to watch a lot of the overall men's C at the Challenge Cup this weekend because toot I was broadcasting. What did you see? Were there people jumping out at you?
Honestly, the Massachusetts team looked really, really good, and the New Jersey team, who came in second place, also looked very good. I got to catch that game. Massachusetts actually run ruled them in pool play, but you could tell it was just kind of like right at the end. They kind of in the 5th or 6th inning, they might have been home, and they just kind of like went on a little hitting spree. With it being 10 runs in C, that's pretty easy. Especially if you're hitting base hits at the beginning of the game. Both of those teams, I thought that Mass team was going to go on a run, and they lost to that North Texas team,
Texas,
who also was fucking
started a whole fucking screenshot battle.
Yeah, so that team looked really good. That team
North Texas
smashed the ball. So
Until
yeah,
15-0.
Yeah. Yeah, then they didn't smash the ball against Florida Central. I didn't see this team, the Florida Central team, play at all.
We played against most of those Florida Central guys at Worlds.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was able
hold
to
on.
watch
Hold on.
those.
Hold on.
They were good.
Hold on.
not
Coco,
me.
pardon me.
The team I coach, easy.
Easy.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was like, Hazy, what? Yes, that's me. You're not calling me by my real name, but threw me off.
Okay, so when you're coaching with AZ Roofing, okay, that makes sense. No, it's listen, I was looking at this North Texas team, like I saw when they played Massachusetts. I was talking to the Mass guys. Obviously, nothing against North Texas. I want the Northeast teams to do well. So, like, I'm glad New Jersey finished. They won it. They finished second. I'm glad New Jersey beat North Texas in the 3rd place game. Again, it's nothing against the North Texas boys. It's just we're Northeast. I want to see Northeast teams doing well, especially at this Challenge Cup, or any major tournament when there's a lot of teams around.
Which we usually do good.
Yeah, because we're fucking awesome up here. They think, it's just a bunch of snowbirds.
Imagine if guys got to play softball outside all year round in the Northeast, how much better we would do. You know what I mean?
My God. Yeah.
It's the truth, though. The Northeast teams always have a good showing at Worlds. Imagine if we could play softball year round.
I'm jealous. Like I talked to, you're down in Jacksonville now.
Mm-hmm.
You go down to Viera and you see all the complexes everywhere. And regardless if it's like we hit in Rockledge last weekend, and it's just like this is just a fucking baseball field, and it's fucking perfect. Texas, you look at all the complexes out there, and it's just like, the fuck is going on? The nice thing is here we do have domes. We are starting to put up like those big bubble domes. So but it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the fucking same, man. Yeah. We do have somebody down in Texas. He's living in North Texas. He was the pitcher for the New Hampshire C team. He just moved down there for work. He's going to be there a couple years. If you guys need a player, Corey Benoit, Cowboy Corey is a great fucking dude.
That's good too.
That name's going to fit him much better being in Texas rather than upstate Vermont.
But no, this tournament, I got to tell you, like I'm looking at the Final Four. Washington is a touch of a surprise, but not really. Jersey.
Didn't they go on a run last year in the
season? Washington's got some good ball players out there.
Washington was the team that knocked us out last year and made it to they won the next game, made it to Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. They started slow. It looked like a couple of the guys watching the stream looked similar. They're good ball players.
Did we have anyone pick any of the close to the winners or anything? In this
Men's C, we have Mike. Magic Mike. You took Iowa, who was knocked out by a 3-run walk-off home run. But no, excuse me, that wasn't the one. But New Hampshire knocked out Iowa.
Yeah, that was a chippy game, right? Was that the one
so.
where there's a lot of shit talking going on?
That was
Justin, you were there.
I don't think I was I wasn't at the Iowa one.
That was probably the Washington game.
It was the Washington game.
Yeah, Dustin won't remember that one. He got into some buzzballs.
Beat Dustin.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was there probably yelling at people.
I had Washington, who lost to New Hampshire that Saturday night game to move to Sunday. Oh, D Money! Oh, look at this. D Money took the Florida South boys. Florida Central's the one that.
Florida Central.
Awesome pick, buddy. They
great buds.
They went 0-2. The ones. That's what you get for leaving SoCal.
Hey, Coco, you took Mississippi. I do have to tell you, here's something I do want to give props to Daryl for. People that come on here, there's a Bring It curse. So we have a lot of new viewers tonight. I don't know what happened on why we have so many viewers, but we got new viewers tonight. There's a thing called the Bring It podcast curse. So if we pick you to do well, or if you come on here and say, watch out for my guys, you typically go 0-2 and 1-2. You fucking shit the bed. You'll look like a bunch of bitches, and it's bad because you ran your mouth on a sexy podcast. We're going to go with sexy podcast now. I got to give the North Texas guys some love. Like, Daryl was in here. He said, watch out for my guys. Mm-hmm. Watch out for North Texas. And fucking North Texas finished third.
We did not watch out for Texas.
Unbelievable. I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is fucking wild. That this actually ended up happening. But I do want to, bring this back a little local and give a lot of love. Massachusetts making a nice run through the winners bracket. Lost to North Texas 20-17. Heard it was a very good game. On when we were watching you guys in the stadium, was that Saturday?
Friday
the 9/20 at Red Wilson was that game.
Yeah, so whenever I saw Ty Whalen,
their game was right after ours, I think, or not too far after ours.
Yeah, so everything sounded good. So Massachusetts C team, hell of a job, great run out of those boys. But the fucking New Hampshire C team, are you fucking kidding me? They lost. They lost to North Texas. They lost. KB had KB. It was like $1,000 for KB to change his flight because he was flying out of like fucking Bangor or wherever.
They only had 11 guys.
They only 11. So when KB left, they had 10.
They were down to 10 guys.
Yeah. So they got run ruled by North Texas. But I got to tell you, the run that New Hampshire made out of the losers bracket was awesome. They won. They won one game. They beat Kansas, lost to Arizona, and then they went through and beat California South, which we're going to talk about California here in a second. They beat Iowa, beat New Mexico, beat Indiana, beat Washington to get to that third place game, or the fourth place, get into that fourth place 8 a.m. game on Sunday. Unbelievable job by those boys.
Yeah, it's another good run.
Their outfield has two 37 or 38-year-olds and Jimmy O'Connor, and they beat Indiana.
Can you call him by his proper name, what you were looking for?
Handsome Jim? Yeah. They have Handsome Jim, the old man, Josh Moore. Mm-hmm. And then the Randy man. I mean, I was talking to Josh today. He said that, not to toot his own horn, but the outfield kept him in just in every single game.
It's a great outfield. And beating Indiana 15-14, with that lineup, I was talking.
Those kids are 16, 17 years old.
They've been playing for 12 years already.
Those are Rufex's little brothers.
That's Rufex in 4 years. No, but great job by New Hampshire. Just definitely want to give a shout out there with Kevin Hill and Cody Termel, who were coaching that team. Great job. I think early on when we saw some of the names, it was a little, and then with the team that they ended up going down there with, hell of a job by those two to make a nice run. And it's always nice when we see Minnesota, Michigan, New Hampshire, Northeast Massachusetts, these Northeast cold weather states go down, do well in an event like this, whether it be Worlds, Challenge Cup. You expect a North Texas, you expect a Florida to go on a run and play a lot of great ball. You don't expect a fucking, tax-free haven like New Hampshire to go down there where we can play ball 3 months a year.
This is all making way more sense. I was talking to Jim throughout the weekend, and I was like, I can't figure out, does your lineup switch every game? I could have sworn that I saw KB hitting way earlier last night. He didn't mention that KB left. He just goes, oh, yeah, we switched. And then I never saw him again. Now it makes a heck of a lot more sense.
Yeah. So that's, hell of a run. And there's a comment here saying, be honest, you didn't expect us to go on a run. No, I didn't. I didn't expect North Texas to go on a run for one reason. You had somebody in here talking shit last Tuesday saying, watch out for North Texas. I'm like, that's the kiss of death on fucking in any tournament on the pod. Just for the North Texas boys. There's coaches around here that will see us at tournaments when we're playing saying, keep our fucking name out of your mouth. Like, don't talk about us. We don't want you picking us ever. So it's awesome. Like, no, this was a good one. I wish I could have caught more games. I wish I could have broadcast some of these games as well. There may be some things in the work where we might be able to broadcast games in the future. Who knows? Just who knows? We'll see. But I felt like this weekend was a different atmosphere than last weekend with the D&Es. I feel like the men's and women's C, men's B, and then the men's and women's major were fucking awesome. Where the atmosphere was such a different atmosphere this weekend than the weekend before.
It's the best softball.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
I mean, you're seeing the best players in the country when you're down there that weekend.
Yeah.
And even at the B level, some of those B guys can play in the major. Some of those major guys could have been playing in the C.
Easy.
Dude, for real though, if you're from the Northeast and you're an A player, you go down to play in the Major Challenge Cup. It's real humbling to see that you're probably a C elite player.
Well, let's wait till we get to that spot. We're getting there close soon.
We can get there. We'll be on. We might go like 4 hours.
That stadium is extremely humbling.
You know how many home runs I've hit in that stadium? 0 in fucking 6 years that I played there.
Yeah.
Really?
Just that one. On the backfields when we're playing the big open fields, I don't hit. I hit it out there. I go to the stadium, I can't fucking sniff a homer. Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe.
It's
Hold
tough
on.
to hit. It's tough to hit there, man.
Hey, are there still some left? Are there still some left?
There's 9 25-ounce left.
Well, maybe if you have a magic mic, because I got mine in the mail today, a magic mic from Anarchy. Mike, we got to talk about this real quick. This 13-inch, 3/4-ounce end load, I want to jerk off on it.
Wait till you hit it.
I'm not gonna. I did the stepping. I did the step on the bat with my socks, and I heard it all crack. And I'm like, all right, cool, it's ready to go. I'm ready to go.
So I hit mine on Sunday, like 70.
Yeah, I know. We fucking saw in the group chat because you couldn't make it to the fucking Viera.
Off a tee, dude. Come on, that's. In the
I saw that weak ground ball to short.
Yeah, a couple times. I'm getting old.
Big fucking conference egg.
I mean, I've hit 2 or 3 at the stadium. On the backfields, I hit them. It's weird.
The stadium's a different feel.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the all tournament team real quick here. First off, got to give a shout out, Josh Drews, New Hampshire all tournament team.
Can I jump in real quick here?
Yes, please do.
One of the games I saw, I think it was probably Friday night, the Friday night game. I think it was, I don't remember what. I watched a bunch of their games. Josh was like lights out.
Druzy?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
crazy.
he's good, man.
I mean, he was an absolute vacuum. Like I think he might have bailed them out like 6 or 7 times just in the small time frame that I was there. Like he hit well every single time I saw him at the dish. I mean, he had himself a weekend for sure.
He's very smooth with the glove.
Yes.
Who's he play with during the year?
A&D.
Hitman.
And Hitman, yeah.
Yeah. So Corey Benoit was another all-tournament team member. Corey Benoit, North Texas. Corey Benoit lives an hour north of Dallas. Just moved there from Vermont. If you guys want his number, want to play league with him, want to pick him up for a fucking backyard tournament.
Want to hunt?
Hunt, whatever.
Yeah.
Hit me up, Jason Rowe on Facebook. I got you. Corey Benoit's a great dude. Cowboy Corey is what we call him around here. Since the boys are all here, let's give the Texas North team a little shout out. Dalton McAdden, Dakota Taylor, and Ruben Sierra, who, yes, that is the son of the Ruben Sierra.
I would have loved to watch him play.
Didn't Ruben Sierra have a big ass when he played? Does his son have the big lower body strength just like he did?
I don't think that's why Mike was saying he wanted to watch him play.
We look at different things.
He's got to have like that major league fundamentals from his father. I guarantee that.
Well, and you just grow up, or like like my dad played in the NHL, and I grew up in a locker room. Grew up in in hockey locker rooms. It's a little different when you grow up in those locker rooms. You just pick up different things. I wasn't fast on my skates. Like if I was, I could have had a better hockey career than baseball. But I knew everything about hockey because of growing up in that situation. So congratulations to those three guys, Ruben, Dakota, and Dalton from North Texas. Fuck it. Jersey guys, Christian Gant, Josh Palazzi, and Brandon Otero from Jersey. And then Florida Central.
I wonder if that Dalton's parents were Roadhouse fans or not.
How are you not a Roadhouse fan?
Right. She is a fire. That's got to be one of the blonde in it. Ooh.
Like the women from back in the day, like the 80s, their first movie I ever jerked off to was Slapshot. Because of like the one bedroom scene where the boobs kind of curve out a little, like it was a 70s titties. Oh shit! So yeah, welcome to all the new viewers. Welcome to Bring It Podcast. I'm gonna try and keep it cleaner, but every once in a while we got to get in there. Anyway, so congratulations to Florida. Who the fuck won it? Florida Central, Jersey for finishing second, North Texas for finishing third, and then shout out to our New Hampshire boys for finishing fourth. Ohio, men's B. Fuck. Van Wert Frickers.
Yeah. Yep.
Woo! This team is... We'll get into the disappointment in Ohio next, but this team, Jesus Christ.
Those Ohio, they whacked it. I only watched a little bit of it.
I didn't see any of this.
You didn't see any of the B? I think the only B game I watched was Maryland.
It was all done on one field, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember which field it was. I couldn't tell when I was there.
But you got, Van Wert Frickers is a lot of the guys, right? I mean, Old Bag. I don't know who Old Bag is for men's B.
They're a One Nation team, I think.
But again, they got those Amish kids sprinkled in there.
Yeah, that's true.
But this Drew quarter cracks
Well,
from Van Wert Frickers.
Drew I'm pretty sure, signed a pro contract with us today.
Oh yeah, congratulations to Drew.
I'm pretty sure. We were waiting to hear back from the owners.
He gets a little love with John King's there. Oh, Jacob Neal. Yeah, I mean you got Switek.
Yeah.
You got some guys on here with the Van Wert Frickers. Quentin Walker. Oh my fucking guy, Quentin Walker. I love this kid. 24 with the Van Wert Frickers. Q is my motherfucker from Ohio. I love Quentin Walker. This Ohio team was good. And you have the Van Wert Frickers where they won men's B. They beat Team Pro Action. They basically held court. They beat Illinois 22-5 in the winners bracket final. They beat Texas 10-8. Beat Florida in game 1 20-13 in bracket. Not bad showing.
Yeah.
I did get a chance though. I did watch Maryland, and I know a bunch of Maryland guys just from with Nitro Circus and the Fish Head, and Maryland's taken to us pretty well. That fast motherfucking outfielder Stevie Arbor. I got a chance to talk to Moose. Stevie is in the comments. Stevie, who the fuck is Moose's real name? Robert Holland? Drew Councilman was on this team, but I think Moose's real name is Robert Holland. And
Bob Holland is the Maryland director. Could that be his kid?
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think. So, Robert, so they have this big, broad motherfucker in Maryland. I think he's 44, and that's why it's Robert Holland, is what it is. I don't know if that's his real name. If Chad Kendrick was here, he'd be able to shout it out. I saw him. He was on deck. He's like, I wanted to meet you. Like, I'm glad I got a chance to meet you. I'm like, dude, yeah, it is Robert Holland. I'm like, Moose. I'm like, boy, I'm fucking sorry. I roasted him on the streams during Worlds. He couldn't fucking hit a beach ball to save his life. So I'm like, dude, I watch you at the fucking Firecracker Mash. I'm watching you here fucking do what you want at the plate. I go, you're at Worlds. And I'm just sitting here being like, all right, here we go. Here comes Moose. Fucking love this guy. Blah, blah, blah. And then you roll over to the shortstop. Like, what the fuck is going on? He goes, man, it was one of those weekends where I couldn't do shit. But it was fun. This was nice. I only got a very short amount of time here. Jimmy Smith was on this team as well. So got a chance to watch this Maryland team. You know how I feel about Maryland. They lost in the losers bracket to California, 11-10. But yeah, Ohio wins. Illinois finishes second. California finishes third. That's all I got.
Did any of us get anything there? Did I get my California pick?
We didn't. Oh, men's B. We did do men's B. I got California.
Oh, I did. This is the one I didn't pick them.
Coco took Maryland. D-Money, you took Colorado. And Magic took Illinois. Okay.
Ooh,
All right, so I beat somebody. Phew.
Are we keeping total track?
Oh yeah, I've got it right here.
Oh, you've got it all. Okay.
One of my notebooks. So far, the score is 2-2. Dustin, Mike's got 2. I've got 2. Dustin's got none, and will continue to have none. Coco's got 1.
Okay.
I got 0. I got 0. Oh, yeah. That's great.
Well, you took California.
Finger on the pulse. Yeah, I took California every time.
I got. We're talking about California. Was outside of the major team. I love Ryan Ramirez. Fucking Ryan Ramirez.
Dude, he's one guy you don't. He's one of those guys you don't fuck with too.
I don't. Oh, shocking! Like I don't want to be near him when he's swinging. Probably don't want to be near him if he's angry. Like Ryan Ramirez, I've seen him make maybe 1 out in like 8 games.
Him and his brother got into it at Worlds a couple of years ago, and he fucking drilled him right in the face, punched him. And everyone's like, "They're brothers, man. You gotta let them go at it."
Jesus. He is a bad. Who's he play with? Classic Glass.
Classic Glass, yeah.
Yeah. Ryan Ramirez is a bad.
He's a stone cold killer at the plate, dude. He hits it,
dude. I love him. Real quick, let's get into. I'm just gonna run off a couple. Anything local here, Ohio. Yeah. Trevor McDonald, Quentin Everman, Brad Bowen, Jacob Neals, or Brad Brown, Jacob Neal, Drew Kodarax, and William. Oh fuck, Malorver. Anyway, Ohio all-tournament team. Men's B, unfortunately, I feel like was just a... I get why there's not more men B team. Let's say that.
If they could get that to 12, 15 teams.
12, yeah, I was thinking 12 would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was 8.
It's such a tough division to fill because...
I wanted to do a New England B team, but we ran out of time to put it together.
I think you could make a really good B team out of New England.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you'd be able to use every state. Because we were actually talking about it at the field. Like you could, in Connecticut alone, there's probably like 7 really good starters in B.
Yeah.
So you could
fill that in with C guys, sure.
You could fill it in with C guys, or you could, join with one other state, and I think you could make a really good B team, starting with like a Connecticut core. I think.
Yeah.
Can you be B elite to play B, right? In the B challenge.
Yeah. B and B elite. Yep.
Yeah. Fuck Connecticut. First off, nothing against JB. JB, I love you. You know we're fans of you down there and like what you do for your trip down in Connecticut. Fuck Connecticut. How do you not have a fucking C team, a fucking D team? I'm gonna
keep my opinion to myself. No, fuck it. I wanted to run the C team before I wanted to run the B team, but a certain individuals said that they were running the C team, and I said, then we'll just have a B team. Why do you get to pick the C team? AZ Roofing won the C National.
Right.
We should be the coaches.
You should be picking it. You and Gary should be picking it.
And it didn't happen. So then I asked JB, hey, can I run the B team? But I'm taking all C guys. And he said yes. And then we didn't. These guys wanted to go to Winter Worlds instead. So that's why we didn't do it.
Yeah.
But there's no reason why some of these guys in Connecticut should be picking and have anything to do with picking an all-star team. And it started at the Directors Cup last year.
You fit in perfectly.
Well, it's the truth. If me and my brother aren't picking all-star teams for the Directors Cup, what's going on?
Yeah, you need people who are tuned into the players
and played at the highest level,
right?
And is going to be God honest with picking the players, not just because they're on your team. Like these guys were picking players on their teams that I'd pick D guys before they're C guys. You know what I mean?
New York did it. They had Scott Hartling. They had Jobo.
Yep.
They don't play local at all.
Yep.
Since I haven't been able, I didn't get a chance to talk about him this weekend. Jobo is a massive fucking human being. I love it. Jobo, I fucking love it. But no, it's but when it comes to that, like it's fucking a disgrace for Connecticut that there was no Connecticut teams, E, D, or C. There is, and you guys know where I stand with Connecticut. There's a lot of fucking talent there.
Yeah.
Arguably, Connecticut probably has the best talent in New England.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think it's arguable.
It might not even. There might not even be an argument. I mean, Mass Mass has the sheer numbers, right?
Yeah.
They have a lot more people playing, so they have a bigger pool to pick from. But Connecticut, pound for pound, is the best state in New England.
People forget about those guys that live on the Connecticut-New York border. Like Verd fucking lives in Connecticut. He don't live in New York.
Really?
He's a Connecticut. Yes.
There's a New York guy.
He's from New York. He lives in Connecticut. He's lived in Connecticut for like 8 years.
Are the taxes that much better in Connecticut?
I'm pretty sure his wife's father's paint business is in Brewster.
Is it because of Froggy? Is that why?
No.
Froggy, I love you.
He lives in Connecticut. Like Gonzo, those guys. Some of the guys on the AZ, they're from Stamford. Like people forget about those guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those guys are Connecticut guys. Just like sometimes
Gonzo's a Connecticut guy. Nobody forgets about Gonzo.
But we forget about some of the guys that are from like the Groton area that are from Connecticut. Like Chucky, he lives in Connecticut. The one that plays on Yeti, right?
Chuck. Ennis.
He's from Connecticut.
Yeah, he's a Connecticut guy.
And so is the other guy on the team, the big tall dude. 50, I think his number is 55.
Oh my god, Nick. Jesus Christ! I'm sorry.
Nick. His name's Nick. You lose track of these guys because they play on other state teams.
Thank you, Molly. Yeah, it's Folan.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Folo. I'm like, it's Folo.
Yeah, you could have made a really good C team out of Connecticut.
Right.
You could have made.
People don't realize just because they don't play on Connecticut teams. I didn't know those guys lived in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, they're in that fucking shitty little north fucking east corner where nobody wants to. Connecticut. That's where Connecticut is just like.
Yeah, I thought they were from Rhode Island. I didn't know they lived in Connecticut.
Yeah, but it is a disappointment, and again, it's not JB. It's not a shot at you.
No.
Hall of Fame JB, but Connecticut needs to have teams down here. So
we'll do it next year.
Yeah, I'll come down and run a fucking Connecticut team.
I'll do it. I'll do it. We have to be able to do it the right way.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And hopefully with AUIT winning that Winter World, maybe we see them at the Challenge Cup next year with a New York C team too.
Right.
New York doesn't have a C team either, and that's another one.
Because all those guys, because most of those guys went to
to Winter Worlds, or
Yeah,
they went to some
week before, right?
Yeah.
And before all of our Texas guys take off, just want to shout out again, AUIT winning C Winter Worlds down in Texas. Shout out to the Northeast. Oh, and a New Hampshire team winning the E Worlds down in Texas. Just want to shout out some Northeast teams going to Texas.
Who won the D, though? Didn't
a Michigan team. Michigan team.
Yeah.
That's why I asked him. I asked Daryl, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You have all these cold weather states coming down and beating y'all. Like, what's up?
This is the real reason they're talking about seceding. It has to do with softball.
They still talking about that?
Oh, yeah.
That governor is a whole different Jesus Christ. Yeah, so no, I agree. Connecticut has so much fucking talent. There's no shot that it shouldn't have at least multiple teams. It should have at least one, but it should be multiple teams.
I agree.
Okay, this is great. This fucking my guy hard in here fucking saying fucking Texas is the greatest country in the world.
I'm telling you, though, dude, if you go to Euless, Texas, or anywhere in Texas, you have to find Hard 8 barbecue.
What is it?
Hard 8.
Hard 8.
Barbecue.
I'm on it, JRo. Don't worry.
I spent $96 last year when we went there. I got a $32 ribeye steak and then the barbecue.
Jesus Christ, you sound like me at a fucking beer store.
Oh my God.
It's really, 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 really good. You smell it from like 3 streets away.
Hey, maybe I'll be down there for the Texas duel. Who knows?
There's no duel anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Just kidding.
Maybe he'll just be in Texas for some barbecue then.
I'll come down and fuck with Texas. I love Texas.
Yeah.
I'll be in this menu.
There's also a bar on Thursday night in downtown Houston that does turtle races.
What
races?
What
turtle races? So they so they get turtles.
Yeah.
Put them in a circle. They put a kiddie pool over the turtles. Every turtle has a color and they have a character. They give you a card. You bet on the turtle. If the turtle wins, you get a free drink. They pick up the pool and whatever turtle crosses the circle first wins. It's fucking phenomenal.
You said this.
That's incredible.
In fucking is it in Houston? You said.
I'm looking it up.
Downtown Houston.
Little Woodrow's Midtown Backyard Patio Bar Yard Games.
Bro, it's awesome.
Turtle Race Thursdays.
I'm telling you. It's awesome.
Listen to this write-up that they have. The Little Woodrow's Turtle Master and his Wranglers will bring a group of feisty turtles into a ring to race in front of hundreds of cheering fans perched.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
I'm way in on this.
I used to go early every year, besides last year, to go, and I'd barely drink, to go to downtown Houston to go to turtle races on Thursday nights.
Wow. I gotta tell you, I do the opposite of barely drink. I drink a lot, and you and I will have you'll be my driver. We'll have a fucking great time. I'll take care of your bets.
And it's packed, shoulder to shoulder.
Snides, I'm gonna pick you up. We're going to fucking Hard 8. We're gonna do a bang bang. We're gonna go Hard 8 into Hurtado's.
The waitresses don't look awful.
And then down the street from the field, there's a bar that has really, really good chicken wings. I don't know the name of it. I just know where it is. Okay.
I'm in. We're going to have some fucking fun. Yeah. We got to figure out how to make a lot of money here so we can start traveling to all these fucking tournaments and just going to eat. You know what? Here's what we do. We start a bring it food, like social media influencer account. That is going to bring on all the money. And then we use the food account money to travel for softball, because we all know food reviews and shit gets way more hits than fucking softball. Oh fuck. So all right, anyway, real quick, results. What do we got here? Kentucky, Georgia. Oh, that's all.
I'm turtle racing right now.
Yeah, I'm in on turtle racing.
I put the link in. Scroll about halfway down, you can see a picture of it. Oh fuck it! I'll do it. Here, dude, watch, just look.
You gotta see the names of the turtle. Some of the names are awesome.
Look at this. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, it's an outside bar, dude. Literally, it's outside.
You get to volunteer to lift the bucket.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
You gotta find videos on YouTube. It's even better.
All right, I'm gonna be spending way too much fucking time in bed tonight trying to go to sleep watching turtle fucking racing. All right, we're heading into the women's major. Oh wait, you know what? Fuck, I fucked up. I have something from the women's C that I took a note on before I got on the mic on Friday. I got to talk about Katie Poe from the Rally Pigs. She played with the Mass Women's C team. She played third base for the Mass Women's C team. Hits a fucking huge triple. Like, absolutely fucking murdered the ball. And then she almost got Ashley Laramie killed with a double play at third. Quick double play, bases loaded, boom, tagged third, hits Ashley Laramie home. The girl tries running Ashley Laramie over. Didn't happen. Katie Poe with her bat with the Mass Women's C team was fucking lights out. I didn't get a chance, like I said, I didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time watching a lot of games after 5 o'clock on Friday. Katie Poe on the Mass Women's C team, fucking mint. Jordan McDermott, Lil Mama. These fucking the Massachusetts women were showing up at all the local teams with a fucking boombox playing like walk-up music between innings. It was fucking great. It was great to be around them. So, but I did want to make sure I gave a quick shout out to Katie Poe with the Rally Pigs on the women's C team.
How did the women's C team do?
2-2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about bracket. Like, that's the thing. Who gives a fuck about, pool play. Bracket's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
I forget how they ended up finishing.
Did
I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah.
They made it pretty far.
So the New Hampshire's women, they won their first 2 games. They didn't have the only bye though. So that's not too bad, but it looks like Mass might have lost
New
their
three and
first
two.
Hampshire and Mass made to the same spot in the.
Okay, so yeah, if Mass was 3-2.
Yeah. So, So both teams were right around there. Nice job by the local women with Mass in New Hampshire, which is awesome. And then moving into the women's major, I know they're not going to want to hear this, Massachusetts, or the team New England. But I'm going to say it. You had Tab and Alyssa on your team and Jess Stone. Jess played majors, 3 years ago?
About that.
Yeah. And then Tab and Alyssa played it for the last 2 years, or Alyssa this year and then Tab the last 2. This fucking women's major team from New England, made primarily of women's, B players, had a fucking run. Like, they did very well.
They're good. The women's upper program in New England is good, man. It's been good for years.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
No, but you know what? They went. What they do? They went 1-1 in pool. They beat Michigan 13-11. They lost to Kentucky in a great game, 8-4, where we got to see Maddie Ratty go off against Tab, which was awesome. And then, but they lost to Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and they lost to Ohio, 12-9 and 14-4. So they got run ruled by Pennsylvania, New Jersey.
Yeah, but they were good.
They beat Missouri 11-4, and they
team's
beat
good.
Kansas. They run ruled Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that they went out there and you have women that are not playing at the conference level against teams that have women playing at the most of Kentucky's team is all conference players.
Mm-hmm.
And we're hanging in all of these opportunities. And I love that these women got showcased to these other coaches, other players as well.
Isn't that how Alyssa kind of got picked up with Chaos?
At the Chicago one.
Yeah. But same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just playing the right teams.
Mm-hmm.
You never know who's watching.
Yeah.
People are always watching. Kansas, beating up on Kansas there, but Ohio lost by 3. I don't know. It's just, I think a 2-2 for the New England major team, based upon our roster, and this is not a shot at any of the women. Please don't take it this way. But based upon our roster, looking at some of these other teams, I'm looking at Louisiana, Mississippi, looking at Ohio, some of these teams where they have a lot of women that play in the conference. It's a fucking hell of a weekend, a hell of an exposure for a lot of great ball players from up here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree.
The games were fun to watch. I think I probably watched those games as much or more than any of the other local teams, at least until it was just the New Hampshire Men's C. They were just fun to watch.
It's fun to watch, and the women are fucking awesome. Like, I'm not trying to, not to do anything crazy, but like, the women are great to watch. I love watching these women. And like we've talked about, they're fun to watch. The game's fun. Anytime I talk about the women's game, it's like any sport. You have to readjust your expectations. Mike, you put it right out there saying they're not going to get up there and hit a ball 110, 115 miles an hour. No shit. But they're going to play the game a lot different than we do. And it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's mainly a defensive game, right? I mean, there's going to be some of these games that are in the higher scores, but like it's more of a defensive game, so every play matters that much more, I feel.
Mm-hmm. I also feel like they enjoy being there in a way that the men's game.
Oh yeah.
They enjoy it. It's like, oh yeah, we are playing a game, having fun doing it. This is supposed to be. We cheer for each other. We cheer for. And the men's game, sometimes there was one game that you guys had, Dustin, but I was like, I haven't heard a person say anything in 3 innings. And the women, it's like, it doesn't matter if they go 1, 2, 3. They're just enjoying it. I love seeing that. Like, that's what's fun about games, about sports.
And Tab puts it perfectly here. They gained experience and more exposure, which is what for the women's game in the New England area. I'm not even saying Northeast because New York, Jersey, like they get that exposure, I feel like, especially, with Rip. But the exposure they got. And can I tell you guys something real quick? I got this chance right here. I'm hoping the audio is going to play. But if it doesn't, that's fine. I was sitting with Alyssa Derrick when this dropped. Is the audio going through?
No.
I just assume it's the triple play to make fun of me every time a video goes on.
It's not.
That would have been amazing.
But this is a new DeMarini back commercial. It's all women. But we have Alyssa Derrick, the factory pro hitter for DeMarini now, being showcased in this video. Like, this was such a fucking cool time when I was sitting there with when I was sitting with Alyssa. Alyssa came over. Yeah. I wish I was sitting with Sasha. She wants nothing to do with me. But Alyssa came over and she was like, holy shit. She was shaking. She was like, look, she looked at me like when I got my ring. She was like, look at this. So we sat there and we watched the video of her on DeMarini with this commercial being dropped. Like, it was so fucking cool to see Alyssa Derrick from New England, Rhode Island, being showcased on a DeMarini commercial.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that is so sick. Mm-hmm. And that is her first year in the conference.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's unreal.
Like, that is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I also do love, it's the only back company out of all of the commercials on USSSAlive.com, and I watched them all multiple times this weekend on the broadcast. It's all women. All women conference players. Done.
Yeah,
Go.
We had a hard time trying to find women for our pro program. We only have one.
Who do you have?
I don't even know her name.
See, what are you doing, promoter?
That's not it, mailman.
I didn't get her. One of our other guys did. Hold on, let me look.
Who do you want? I'll find the women pro for you. But no, that was pretty cool to see Alyssa Derrick, Sasha Killings for the obvious reason.
Sorry, we have 2 women.
Look at that. You got to get.
Wow, you
got to get this house in order.
I'm gonna butcher her last name, so I'm definitely gonna type it in the chat for you guys.
Just let Boy JRo do the work.
Goes to the back end guy.
I think she's from either Louisiana or Arkansas. Levi.
I'm gonna go with Arkansas.
Don't ask how we know.
Levi.
Because my fucking it's Levi's friend. Yeah,
I think that's
her
official name.
She's from Kentucky, so she was on the women's Kentucky major team.
Danielle Delegata.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, we're a podcast.
That wasn't even a hard
people
one.
that listen to us.
Dude, I can barely fucking pronounce my own name.
Oh yeah, Danielle Delegata, all tournament team too.
Yeah.
Good old Kentucky girl.
Uh-huh.
I was sitting there talking with Maddie Ratty and Shelby when we had a big group hug first off. It was like the two of them just kind of fit under each arm real easy. But you get that Kentucky accent going, and they're talking a little bit different, a little nicer and slow. They got that little Kentucky accent going, and I'm just loving life. I'm talking to two women that I watched play all year. They got the Kentucky accent going. I'm just like, and then I start slipping into my southern accent. I'm like, the fuck is going? Why am I a chameleon? I'm a fucking
Still
loser.
said Louisville wrong. I'm sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they tell you how to say Louisville?
Well, I just told them BIP 21.
Okay,
That's fair.
I said, hey, next time I'm in BIP 21, we'll meet up. How's that sound?
That's on the way to the turtle races.
Okay, we got to do turtle races in Houston all day.
Louisville.
But this was fun. Like I got to tell you, the biggest disappointment I had, and I got a chance to, Bernie and I talked with USSSA. Bernie and I talked to some media with USSSA. I said, Bernie, they understand we're not, he gets we're not making money and what we're doing. He understands now what we're doing. I go, the men's side is great. Sure, it's nice. But the women's side is fun. Like, that needs to be more. Like, I wish I could jump on mics and just jump around. And Johanna Morris? Yes. Who's that?
She's our other women's pro.
The other one. Okay, so you got Danielle Delgado and Johanna Morris. But I was like, the fact that we can't do other broadcasts around the quad throughout the day sucks.
What was the answer?
Well,
Really let him tell his story.
Stick around. Just stick around and find out.
It
It might take a little bit of time, but
I got some more hours.
No, I mean, this one might take
minutes.
a couple of months to like figure out how it's going to work out.
I think the thing is though is that they want, like, you are the voice of U-Trip games now, right? Like,
What the fuck? How the fuck does that happen so quick?
but that's what
I
people
think-
want. So if U-Trip sees that, they're going to want you on the men's major games, obviously. I liked the way that you did it when it was regionalized and you could go to this person's game and you can go to this person's game. Just follow the people from your region.
Right.
It would be cool if there was a place for each region to go to kind of see someone. It's not always going to be you. You're Major Row now. It's not.
I can be major
You
female and major male row.
Yes. Well, it would be hard, right? But I mean, you would need more. They would need more people. But I mean, I think that type of service is going to be way better than just a stream, especially for like select games here and there.
You could bounce back and forth from games though.
Well, again,
That's
maybe
the other thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's just say there was some conversations had this weekend where there may be some things, hopefully, potentially coming in this 2024 year softball.
And I know all the players love it. So like, this doesn't have to be the major World Series when guys come and broadcast with you. If you're doing it from home one weekend and guys aren't traveling, I'm damn sure know they're watching. They'll jump on and broadcast with you.
It's pretty cool. So like Mike Lacey and I from Indiana, we've got a fun little report. Coco, no offense to you.
Do you have his dog with him?
I get it.
Fucking Bailey, of course. Bailey's everywhere. Bailey's awesome.
Yeah.
You
But
don't
like
Billy? I bring Billy everywhere.
Mike Lacey's gonna join us. We're gonna have Mike Lacey on, and it's gonna be Snides. It's gonna be an off-season episode. Coco and D Money know exactly what that means. It's gonna be an off-season episode with Mike Lacey on the mic.
School vacation week, all I ask, and I'm way in.
We'll do it. We'll do it then. But it's the biggest thing was it's pretty cool. Like, I'm thinking about, like, I shared Bailey Isbell's Instagram today, and like, he had a picture up there. Rob Banks, the center fielder for Virginia. But like, what's that?
Speedy.
No, that's so fucking boring.
What's his nickname?
Well, I was using Banksy, but like Amanda was like, his name is Rob Banks, and you never fucking played off of that. I'm like, well, I'm on USSSAlive.com. I can't fucking. I figure going into like a class 1 felony for a nickname isn't really the way to go, but I want to. I was going Banksy, but like Kyle Pearson, the OG Kyle Pearson, OG KP. He fucking messaged me. Like, him and I were talking. I got a chance to meet Bob and Mac. The cool thing is, like, I was way more comfortable this week than I was after the World Series because I do know.
Did he introduce you, Bubba Mac, as the pride of Milton, Florida? Because that's what he always does.
I don't think he realized because they were at the back of either Bubba or KP's truck, and I wanted to talk to KP about his axe bat. We'll get into that, and he just introduced himself, and KP and I were talking. But then KP sent a message, kind of being like, "Dude, this is fucking cool." It's just nice that, like, at the conference level, especially at the major level guys, it's well received. We're all idiots. So, like, the lower you go, the bigger the idiots we get. But I'm finding the higher you go, the bigger idiots we are, too.
You know how much that boosts that ego that you're announcing their fucking game and all? Like, these guys are hardos, man.
So we have the stadium named, in case you weren't listening to the broadcast. So we have down the right field line, obviously, it's Yates's Yard House. Out into right center, because of the Osprey nest on the right center light tower, Mike Lacey named it the Osprey Alley. We got to use that. We got the grassy knoll on left. Left center we're still working on. Dead away center is the Grow Man's playground or KP's playground. So we're still working on some of this.
I love that.
We used to call the wall at Disney Helmer's Wall.
Really?
Yes, I do remember that.
Over there.
So
one down the field line, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2 weekends down in Viera, and I've already got the whole fucking stadium named. But yeah, so let's Kentucky. Congratulations, Kentucky. We have Maddie Ratty and Shelby Maros beating out Tay Lizzle and Hannah Alexopoulos. I met Hannah, and we were talking about her last name. And she was like, I'm like, all right, so how do you pronounce it? She's like, Alexopoulos. And I was like, no, it's not. I go, how do you pronounce your last name? She's like, that's really how you pronounce it. I was like, fuck off. This is awful. It should be something different. But it was great to meet these ladies, and Hannah Schutzler with Florida. I don't know, just meeting the Chaos ladies in general was fun. I'm just disappointed I didn't get the chance to meet more than the Kentucky women. I even got to hand out Pam and her husband, Pam Ushery, and with her husband with Louisiana, Mississippi. How much money is it to fly to Louisiana for the trip, Roth, by the way?
I'd rather go to Louisiana when it's warm to do some crawfish.
It's crawfish season. We've been invited to go down to Trip Roth to broadcast.
Trip Roth is what, March 2nd to the 4th?
Mid, like St. Patty's Day. I thought it was a little closer towards that, maybe.
Okay.
So it's Kentucky into Houston into Louisiana. Okay. I got all of my personal days left.
I think it's an 8-hour ride for me.
It's maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll just fly down to Jacksonville nice and cheap, and you and I can drive across the bayou. Are you playing in it?
No, I'll be delivering mail. I got asked by a couple of teams, but I got to save my days to make some tournaments.
So he'll still be there, driving around your mail truck.
I was talking. Fuck, not Reggie. Reggie's the director. Oh fuck, who's the UIC? Shit. I'm sorry. I met him on Saturday. It was a long weekend.
Which state?
Louisiana.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Tall black man. What the fuck was his name? Pam and JJ can fucking help me out. But anyway, he was like, you come down, goes, you go to the main field, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. They let KP hit balls at people while they ran across the fucking field. That who
that was?
That tournament?
I don't know if it's the Chip Roth or that's the snowball in Texas this weekend, but yeah.
So Richie was the one I didn't meet. I met the other, I think it was the UIC, but either which way. They were like, come down. You can do whatever you want down here. And I'm like, okay. Like, so now I got to talk to Amanda. B, if we're going to go to the Trip Roth and broadcast, who wants to send the podcast $1,500? Oh, so anyway.
Is that one that a camera can find its way to the main field fence?
Yeah, this is another phone on the
Yeah,
fence one.
yeah, it's It's not. I don't think it's a.
So we'll get someone to do that, take their stream, and then do it remote if you can't make
No,
it.
fuck that. No.
Okay,
no.
fine.
This isn't a remote
We need
tournament.
$3,000.
No,
I
this
don't
is-
need to travel.
This. I'm pretty. It's a wild weekend.
Yeah, I'll call the home run derby, all that shit. So
Mhm.
we got to work on that. Congratulations to Terry Ross, the MVP from the women's tournament. Lillian Gunn from Georgia, offensive tournament MVP. Tara Likwani from Kentucky is the defensive tournament MVP. Want to give a shout out to my guy Farad from Texas. Quick turnaround with the Texas women's team on the major side, and nobody was stepping up. He did. They had a okay showing, but they are. I know next year they're going to be really growing it on the Texas women's side, and going to be showing bringing more of the Texas women players. Like, it's crazy that Texas didn't have a Challenge Cup women's major team until late. So it's great to see that team being down there as well. Final men's major.
Oh, an ugly men's major.
Oh, now you
Just talk about
want to
who-
fucking comment on not showing up 2.5 hours away.
Let's talk about who won that one. Me.
I wanted to come.
Sometimes the better halves of us tell us when we
Yeah,
go listen.
sometimes life takes precedence over going to watch your buddies play softball.
Dustin, you played in it. You played it against major guys. You were down there. Talk to us about it.
What an experience. Playing on those larger fields. So when I went down to the duel, I played on the back fields, and they're just the regular baseball fields. And me and the mailman were talking about it earlier. Mailman was saying, he's hit him out of there. I've hit one out of one of the back fields. Then I hit the fence this weekend. But playing in the stadium is completely different from any other type of softball that there is. When there's no breakaway fence there, that field is massive. I saw so many people just hit absolute seeds to the gap that just get caught.
And it's
They're like
crazy.
easily.
It's the same. The fields in the back are the same dimension.
Yeah, it plays.
Minus that
It plays so much bigger
It's
than
the
the
same
field
thing
in the
besides
back.
the wall.
Wait,
It's
so
the same
even
dimension.
on the red quad, it's 380 or 400 to center?
It's the same dimension. As the
Really?
stadium fields. Yes. Mm-hmm.
It plays huge. It plays massive. I don't know, because I saw dudes just like, it's weird. It's like if you square it up, if you square the ball up, it's gonna like hang up enough, and then it's gonna start dipping.
Yeah, you
But
almost
if,
got to.
if guys were cutting it and missing it almost, it was
Yeah.
flying out.
You
Just
gotta
because if you get it high enough.
Yeah. You got to take like an 80% swing to hit that ball out of there.
What the fuck is an 80% swing?
If you watch some of the home
My
runs,
regular
guys,
swing.
if you watch some of the home runs, guys aren't barreling them; they're hitting them off the hands. They're just hitting them right, and they're going.
So, a prime example of that, Ryan Harvey, I thought he got one off the bat, and then the way he hit it, it just spun straight up and then just was 50 feet, and the call was fucking awful because I got all excited like it was gone. But then there's some, you're like, oh, well, that's, holy shit, it's fucking gone. Like, next thing you know.
Yeah, I mean Harvey also hit one into the trees over the scoreboard.
He's kind of strong. Yeah, he's okay.
So yeah, there's a few,
Yeah.
there seem to be a few guys throughout the major who can just it doesn't matter if they square the ball up or not, they hit it out. Pearson was one of those guys. He was just, it didn't matter where the wind was blowing or what. He was just destroying the ball out. But the majority of the guys that we played against, like, not many home runs at all.
It was low scoring. Sometimes it was a little bit tough to watch.
Tell me, you're telling me, like, I was excited for Texas, Ohio, and I wish I fucking had gone for a run.
6-4, I think I saw some games. 9-8, like.
Hey, you're talking to one of the guys that was in the 9-8 game.
I was in all the low scoring games.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
Ryan
Alabama,
Honeycutt.
Georgia.
Well, he's a good hitter, man.
Fucking guy was hitting some fucking. No, I mean, that's like saying I'm fat. Like Ryan Honeycutt, some of the shit I saw come off his bat, holy fuck.
Yeah, he's strong.
When it got down to when we were playing against those guys in the first round, I was thinking, don't pitch to him at the end.
Yeah.
They had just
yeah.
hit 2 home runs for 3 runs, and then that rolled the top of the order, and I was like, just put this guy on. The guy behind him.
Who was next? Tavares?
Yeah.
No, he was.
I don't remember. I think he
doesn't
won
matter.
off Folo.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Off Folo.
It's not like it's not Honeycutt.
Yeah, what he was not going to beat you, and then I think we lost that game by 1. So I mean,
yeah,
9-8.
I think you had the tying run on second base, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
D, we were talking about this backstage before the podcast. Think that was the highlight. I think that was a highlight of Bring It podcast. You're playing in the stadium in the major Challenge Cup. I was up in the booth calling it.
You know what it's like?
It was fucking cool.
It's like Sandlot when when Benny.
Oh yeah,
Benny the Jet is running.
Yeah,
and I'm Benny the Jet.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like he's in there, Benny the Jet stealing home, and he's announcing the game. That's his best. Yeah.
This is the fastest I've ever been. Being likened to Benny the Jet in this situation.
I thought you looked quick when I was watching you play this weekend.
He wasn't.
It was a long
JRo. Yeah.
I have no room to talk. No, but I was sitting there. I was pissed when you guys lost, like I was playing the game. Because I wanted another game of you guys in the stadium to have it.
And I gotta say, like, having a game at night in the stadium when they do like all the cameras, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
And then you announcing it, I was like, I got to go back and watch it, and I was like, because I paid the $10, because I was.
Me too.
That's what you do, right? You're like, oh, I'm not gonna pay this $10, and then it's like Thursday, and you're like,
paid it.
Yeah, fucking pay
I wanted
they got $30 from us.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's awesome. It's like watching. Like a professional softball game, essentially.
It's stupid, right? Like I looked at that video of you know, good play, great play, better hair, like
yeah, that was awesome.
And then I'm listening to I'm looking at Bailey, like I put it on our feed today on the stories with Bailey Isbell. Dude, love this fucking Bailey Isbell from Alabama with his glove, and like I'm listening to that. I'm listening to Speedy, you know, Banksy, Rob Banks, however you fucking know him. Lives in Texas now, but played with Virginia. I'm listening to something he put up there. Like
he was safe on that.
Absolutely. I want to fucking shit all over Cal for that. I was giving Cal love of being the mask guy. Cal, he was so far fucking safe. It's not even funny. But like, I'm watching these guys and I'm watching these videos now when people are posting them. And now thanks to this, have you guys heard of this guy named John Kings? Kind of a soft. I got to fucking meet John Kings, and I still think of us as a fucking podcast, having fun doing stupid shit. And I realized I need to fucking probably watch my mouth a little bit more of like dropping the C-bombs and talking about jerking off into sinks and shit like that. Like
that for sure. The C-bomb is British. You're fine there.
Oh, okay, but like. I got to meet John Kings. Like, that was pretty cool. Like, Joe, we're just trying to have fun with this and do cool shit. And like John King's, I finally get a chance to meet him. Didn't really get a chance to chat with him because it was between innings and I was on the broadcast. But this is silly what this has become, and it's so much fun to see where it is. And that's why I'm watching that clip you took, D. Put it in one of our 14 group chats, and it's you at third. Me in the booth and calling it. And I'm just like, who would have thought? Just a couple kids with a bottle of bourbon, a handful of edibles, and here we are.
3 years in. You know what I totally forgot? We didn't even mention that we just cruised right past 3 years.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to...
It was on the 17th.
Year 3.
We're in the 4th season. This is the 4th season. This is the beginning of the 4th season of Bring It Podcast.
We're seniors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're pretty much in senior
That's
podcast.
Wild that 4 years, 3 years, 4 seasons in, still going strong.
So much less alcohol. For me, anyway. For me.
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
During
DW and I were talking Saturday morning. Or Sunday morning. There's going to be I don't want to talk until things are like really official. I think there's going to be, you're going to hear this voice a lot more on those types of events and games, at least what it's looking like. And DW and I were talking, he's like, I did this for a while before ever getting, an opportunity with U-Trip to actually, do whatever.
Mhm.
And I'm like, and we had a great conversation. I'm thinking to myself, once I walked away, I was like, yeah, I'm like, you might have been with U-Trip for a while. I'm like, we have been doing this for 3 years already.
Mhm.
We have been going to fields and broadcasting tournaments at the regional level and growing internationally or international, with the PIF and doing that sort of thing. So it's wild to see how it's grown. D, I know when you get knocked out, how you get. I wanted nothing more than you to come up into the booth after you guys were done.
Yeah, by the time you had sent me that, I was in no shape to even walk to the stadium. So
I also know how you get, and I know when like you're away and like you're done, it's like fucking wheels are off. Let's have a fucking day.
Let's cheer on friends and
Yeah.
yell at the other team.
You call
text.
that, I call that talking shit.
Yeah.
Oops.
I sent him a message and he's like, you could hear that? And I was like, oh yeah, you weren't near the microphone for a while afterwards.
The text I got from you, we'll save it for a February episode. Yes is the answer. It depends on the situation though. But I'm not putting that in written form. But it's wild how it's becoming. I sent Daryl from North Texas a thanks. We have this Justin Beal reached out to me talking about a all police tournament down in Viera, being like, would love to you come down broadcast. I'm like, it all depends on the schedule, but it's just cool how this has grown so much. Don't want to lose our local flavor, and that's why we continue to talk about the local area. But it's pretty neat to put us on a national fucking table because that's where we are now.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned how cool it was for you to meet John Kings. And don't get me wrong, John Kings is up here. But if he knew who you were, like, you need to remember you're getting there too.
Jordan McDermott, Lil Mama. I'm not going to use her real name. Lil Mama. Because that's how we're going to know her. Jordan McDermott with Matt C.T. Lil Mama. She put it up. She put it up on her Facebook. She was like, I met fucking softball's biggest celebrity. And I was like, and I said something to Amanda. She's like, well, outside of players, like, yeah, you're kind of there. Like, because you actually, like, a lot of people don't know who John Kings looks like unless you see him on the field.
Right.
Me, I'm walking around the field and people know my voice now. It's stupid, but anyway, either which way. It's fun that we get to put this podcast on a national broadcast now. And it's going to keep growing, which is really fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That's the goal,
Right.
though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
Keep
No,
going.
this
I don't
was
know
just
if it was, but
the goal was
Not
just to
ori-
have
not
fun.
originally.
So
Not
when you
originally.
first started playing softball, you wanted to have fun and play E. That was it.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I never thought about being on a national podcast for softball. I was just hanging out with the guys.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, when you first started playing softball, you were going to be content with just playing E softball.
I was content hanging out with my. I didn't know what I saw my
When I
dad
first
playing,
started,
but
I
never
barely
really
knew what
levels
he
and
was.
Right,
stuff.
Yeah.
But then when you find out what it is, you want the
Then
best.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to
then you
play.
wanna
I'm still
see-
trying to get that C. And like Dustin, you and I have talked about it. Like, and I'm not the fit for your team, but like I still want to play C. Like I still want to play up. Like it's always like but now with this, it's like, cool. Okay, I'm having a baby. It's kind of between like league, podcast, tournaments. What are the two of the three mix? And it's like, I want this podcast to grow. I want to be underneath John Kings as like the podcast people of like softball. Like, how can we do that?
Who's above?
John Kings?
No, John
for
King's in who?
podcast.
For any softball and anything.
Yeah.
Who else? I mean, we're number one in a
about
long
it.
list of one.
Yeah, but no, there's people who do this thing. Like, look at Rippy and those guys. They don't do it anymore, but this shit's on that.
They have a great thing going, or they did until they had to take that break. You know, they were big out in the Midwest and Ohio, and they do a great job promoting the game out there. You know, I think Dustin and I mean, we've pulled back this curtain a couple times. You know, I broke a computer monitor because of it. We almost shut this down. We almost shut this down last year because like Dustin and I were going through, and that's why we're taking breaks in the off season. Because Dustin and I were just like, you know, Corey wasn't making it every week. God forbid Corey's the fucking glue.
Who's Corey?
Coco's the fucking glue.
I was looking around my house.
2023 was not the year of Coco.
No, it wasn't the year of Coco or monitors, but we digress.
But like the whole thing was like, it was just of like, let's continue to have fun with this and just see what happens. And it's still even just like, let's have fucking fun with this. Even like where we are now, it's like, I talked to, you know, these guys, and we're still going to get into the men's major, but like, you know, KP and I were messaging, and he's like, this is fucking great. How that's being received is awesome, because I'm still doing the stupid shit, just not fucking running my mouth like it's the uncensored version. And we continue to adapt and change to what our audience is, which is really fucking cool and really hard. So it's fun. We've always said, until this is done being fun, once this is done being fun and it's now just a job and we're not getting paid for it, because we're still not getting paid for it, but it's still fun, we're done.
Just to reiterate, we are not getting paid.
$0.
I think they understand at this point.
I mean, as long as the players keep enjoying it and you have the time, we have the time for it.
And it's the interaction too. You know what I mean? Like having new people come in and say that they're watching or just interacting in the comments. I love seeing that. And I try to go back and like, you know, answer any questions people have the next day or whatever. It's like, it's awesome that people are having the same, you know what I mean? They're thinking the same questions. They want to, you know, put their input on some of the topics that we get into. It's awesome. It's a good conversation throughout the community, and our community just keeps growing. So,
but D, you did that. You started doing that with where like we would just record this and we'll see you next Tuesday. We'll be cunts. Like done.
You said you were done.
Yeah, well, it's like, see you next Tuesday. It's an abbreviation. It's an abbreviation.
Pass on that word.
Everything you said today, you're like, I'm not going to do this, and then you.
I'm a fucking 6-pack in. But it is just holy shit. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, thanks, Bill.
Did you just realize Bill the name of your last beer?
No, Bill just gave us a little love on the Venmo account. Thank you very much, Bill. But what this is just like, oh, fuck, I don't know where I was going. You know, it's just see you next Tuesday. Dustin, you started interacting with people the day after. And you messaged me. You're like, I love that you're now joining in with this. I'm like, this is so fucking cool, because then that's where the conversation keeps going. It can keep going through the week where different people will jump in. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
like
it's
Dustin,
also
when you started doing
hard. It's also super hard to keep up with.
Yeah,
I get so many fucking notifications for everything. It's nuts. So it's
so does Amanda.
I can't keep up with the fucking 17 group chats that I'm in. Never mind.
Right.
About something else.
You just show up Tuesdays. Oh, we got to talk about that. Let's talk about it before we're still going to get to the men's majors here momentarily. So don't worry about it. Your men's majors are going to get your fucking attention, because there's definitely some guys I want to talk about. We'll pump your fucking egos, even though you're the ones with all the bad deals and getting paid to play. I mean, fucking Christ.
To put it bluntly.
No, I mean, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. What did you say? Oh, you can't keep up with it. I don't know. Fuck.
You came straight in. You were like, you come straight in on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, you come straight. Whatever. I don't remember now.
Squirrel.
Okay. It was good.
I had a beer. I had a beer right open.
You had a big gulp, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, these things are good. Have you had these from Jersey?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah.
From
Pickles,
Magnify.
huh?
But no, it's been fun. It's a lot. I'm shitty on Facebook Messenger. You guys know I go into kind of a hibernation into winter. I will tell you, this has rejuvenated me through the winter, through the off season, broadcasting, getting back to the Challenge Cup. DW, let's do the fucking duel. Bring me down for the fucking duel. I don't want to do that at home. I want to do that shit down at the stadium. I want to, maybe I'm in a fucking booth up in top of the red quad or the white quad where the women are, and I'm just rebroadcasting to USSSA.live.com, and I bring some of the women up. Like, let's really get this going in a different way. But the people have been awesome on both the men's and women's side. You guys know where I am on the women's game. I'd love to promote that more, especially at the majors level. So
I think it would be cool if there was any way for the camera to like flip onto
You.
who's in the booth at times where, you know what I mean? Like you can talk with other people and people can see you talking, because I think that would just add to the games, right? Like say you talk in between innings or in between every other inning and they have their ads and whatnot, which I'm seeing a lot of
the
comments
same 14
about the
ads.
You know what I mean? But even on all the fields now too. So
I was getting
that's something
multiple
different.
ads in single at bats.
I think the stream was bad all weekend, like lagging and not working for a lot of people. I think it was like I don't know, maybe there was a rough patch in everything.
Friday was worse than the other days.
I gotta tell you, the people in the back there, the guys they have working, and I feel horrible. I don't remember everybody's name in the back, but Jordan was, the camera woman with me in the booth. The people that are doing the back end work, the engineering, the producing, are fucking awesome. They are great kids. They're all up at UCF. They're fucking awesome guys and girls. Have so much fun with them, and I feel bad they don't. I feel, I'm an asshole because I was arrogant in a sense, or not arrogant. I just didn't want to ask their names again because I feel bad I don't remember their names. But they're great guys, and they do so much good work there.
Big
with
company guy
cameras.
now.
No, it's just
I know. There's a ton of work for it. I absolutely get that. I'm not blaming them for the ads.
Oh, but that's what I was saying. The conference USSSA live or conference USSSA.com DW site. I was in the chat room on the broadcast, and there's nobody there. So that's the good thing about us broadcasting on our platform. We have the interaction.
Yeah,
and it's seen.
Right, and it's whoever posts, that's their Facebook profile. I did want to apologize. I should mute when someone else is talking, because I do read these comments and I like it. Some of them make me laugh. Like
which one?
Yeah,
this one right here. We got
Evan coming in with the Viper turfs.
I had one time. I almost learned what CGI is because I had the commercial 18 times in a row, and it was like a 90-second commercial that wouldn't like skip through unless I got off the couch and did it.
I fucking told Heaven because he was playing in a tournament. He was bitching about the rain. Shut the fuck up about the rain, you bitch. We got 8 inches of snow up here right now. Fuck yourself. I'll play in rain all day. I told Heaven, I'm like, give me a stream. Put a phone on a fence. I'll fucking broadcast it till I go into the booth. I'm like, come on. And he didn't want to show his fucking D team in Georgia. It should be a fucking B team. You sandbag of motherfuckers in Georgia.
No one can see this. There was no stream, like you said. No one know. They just took a picture.
Yeah.
Said they won.
Yeah. Probably got fucking like rings and a bat because they paid $200. Some shit like that. All right. Let's jump into this men's major. I don't know. Again.
It was rough to watch, man.
Yeah, it fucking sucked.
It wasn't good.
No one was touching Florida, though. When I saw the one game I saw Florida, I was like, who's going to beat this team?
Mm-hmm.
They were the only team consistently hitting all of their home runs, it seemed.
Yeah.
I did hear that there were 3 different batches of balls.
There were.
Yeah. So that
always bullshit. That's bullshit.
That's always gonna come into play.
Get rid of the bad one. Get rid of the bad ones. Keep the good ones in.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't know which balls we use during our games. I'm not
Probably
sure.
The bad ones.
But I mean that could have been more of an even playing, offered a more even playing field for us. Mm-hmm. I think it might have helped. I mean, we were in just about every game, and we were winning most of our games until late. You know what I mean? I think we lost to North Carolina 15-12 in our first game. And they came in second place. So
you were winning till the 6th inning, right?
Yeah, and then they had one really decent inning.
Well,
And
that's
that
the
was
diff-
on one of the red fields too. So it's not like guys were still hitting it out and hitting it fairly well. It's just
that's the difference between a team with major AA and A players and a team with
Yes.
B players.
yeah.
and C
So
players.
I was asked by the Ohio team. They're like,
Who are you asked by?
It was Big John in the parking lot after our game.
Big John.
You met a guy named Big John in the
Williams.
parking lot after a game?
Yeah, I did. And he was like, "What's the highest level player you have on your team?" And I was like, this weekend we have one A guy on our team, and he's now the elite for 2024. He told us to keep with it. You know what I mean? Said our defense was right there where it needed to be. I mean, it was that game they ended up winning 14-4, but it was like 4-1 until the 6th or 7th inning.
That's how it was when we played them last year too. I think it was 3-3 in the 5th inning and ended up beating us by like 8.
Yeah, and then we ended up knocking them out later in the tournament. So, and they won it last year, I think.
2-2.
Yeah, they did win it.
Yeah. So that was, I mean, I don't know. It was good to see that, Team New England, we're never going to have a team that's loaded. You're never going to look at our roster and think that team's going to do well or even win games. And it was nice to see us match up against some of the best teams in the country. You know what I mean? And we held our own for a good portion of it.
It was, I really wish you guys won one more game, that game against New Mexico in the stadium for the obvious reasons, so we could get you guys against Florida. I just wanted another game with you guys on the broadcast. But, Mailman, to your fucking point, I started my broadcast on Friday with Oklahoma taking on California in a 14-5 game, which was a lot of fun. Jesus fuck. The Hatch chili roaster must not have been fucking cooking or whatever. The burritos must have been. The Viera taco trucks weren't open yet. And then we went into bracket play, and who the fuck was it? Like, I was excited because we had the second game.
Was it Alabama?
Oh, we had New Mexico, New England, which was 9-8, and then we had Ohio versus Texas, which was 20-3.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It was seeing some of these guys swings. I don't know if they haven't been swinging yet.
I'll tell you, they haven't.
They were bad. They were bad.
So you know what?
Speaking of John Williams, I heard in your guys' game, the second game you played, he got a hit, and they said it was like his first hit in 5 games.
Jesus Christ.
I think he might have had 2 hits against us in the 2 or 3 hits against us in the 2 games we played.
Yeah, and he usually kills the ball.
Yeah. He's a baller.
Some of the Amish kid, like Brandon Yoder, Hummer said he fouled out 4 times.
4 or 5 times against us
He's
in 2 games.
Stone cold killer usually at the plate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jesus.
When I'm looking at all these runs, you're like 4 teams.
Yeah.
What? Oh.
He's laughing at comments.
Because you know what? We had Mike Lacey in the booth with me on Sunday. So Mike Lacey in the booth with me on Sunday was like, these guys, they took a few months off. They haven't really been training as much as start hitting. And, maybe they're not in the gym as much as they have been. I was like, oh, so the vitamin supplements haven't kicked in yet. He's like, they're not as big as they are during the season.
Right now is go time to get ready for Vegas. You got Vegas in 2 months. If you're not, if you're one of those guys and you're not doing it and you're not working out and hitting, you're going to be a step behind come Vegas.
I'll tell you what, the Florida boys will be ready.
Yeah, they play all year.
Right.
If we're looking at all the runs scored, only 5 teams scored over 100 runs,
which is crazy.
Only 5 teams total. The top 4 teams, and then a random 2-2 team, Kentucky, scored more than 15 runs a game.
Yeah, but look at Kentucky. Look at Kentucky's roster.
Oh, right, but I'm saying, it's
they have Pinkham on the fucking bump. Like
16
they got Riley.
was their average.
They got Phil.
You know what was the best part of watching this men's major was the pitching. And I will say, like, the pitching and watching how the pitchers worked, I was really keying into it, A, because there was no fucking offense, but B, seeing where the pitchers were on the rubber, seeing where they were when they were delivering in different parts of the count, seeing how they worked when they got a strike, first strike called versus a first ball called, and what they would do. Like Sean Jones, get you a first strike. The next one was coming to modify. The second one's coming high. The third one was going to be in their first strike. But getting them to move, like Steve Myers from New Mexico was pitching for Beachy. Like, so much fucking fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe Purcell pitched
against Canada.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I will tell you, there was a guy that played D Challenge Cup last weekend for North Carolina. He played Major Challenge Cup this weekend, started in left field for him all weekend. Kid by the name of Jackson May. You may have heard me jerk him off a little bit on the broadcast or the podcast. He's playing C. Well, Chad, love you. He's playing right now. He's on the C roster for Fishhead. I don't know if he'll make it to July with them.
I'd be surprised.
I don't think he'll make it till April with them.
Holy
he hit
fuck.
a 3-run. Yeah, he hit a 3-run home run on Red Easton against us that went into. I'm pretty sure it went into the parking lot.
And I'll tell you what, this Jackson May kid, good dude. Really good fucking kid.
Really, really young too, isn't he? Like early 20s?
I don't know. Jackson, how fucking old are you?
He didn't look old.
But he has stadium power. His first ball. I think he clipped it. He put it up on his Facebook. I called it. I was saying, watch this kid. He's got big power. He fucking put it on the bottom of the scoreboard. I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
He's 22.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
that's incredible.
There was comments on a Facebook post bringing him up, and they're like, he plays in the D and then he plays in the majors. First of all, that good for him. He played up. It's not like he found a way to play down. And they're like, it's his second year playing tournaments.
Stop.
Oh, okay. I mean, at 22 years old,
he's 22. Yeah,
he couldn't have played much more than that. The most he could play is 4, unless he's Amish. 4.
Wow. Yeah. And he was good out there. Like, yeah, Brad. I mean, so you got Jackson May in left, Bradley Scott in center. Fuck, why am I forgetting the right fielder's name for Carolina? I mean, but like, you have some fucking great ball players. You got Fife, Blackburn, Roccabaldo. Like, yeah, Sport, Jonas. Like, you could go through the whole Mapes. Austin Mapes is in right. Like, you have a fucking solid conference outfielder, and you have this fucking outfield, and you have this little fucking D guy over here playing great. Like, you know how I get hard for fucking players, and Jackson May is a guy that just gets me all jacked up. You see a kid taking an opportunity to play in that situation and excel. It's awesome to see.
It only takes one shot, and you're.
He's not going to be in the firecracker. Like, I would love to see him in the if he's in the firecracker, he just doesn't want to leave Fishhead. But he's not going to be there.
Yeah.
He'll be on a conference team. But I got to tell you, like, looking through some of these rosters, like, D, you played against Texas, Ohio, New Mexico. You guys beat you lost to Indiana. Right? We should have won that game.
Yeah, we should have won that game too.
What did you see? What did you like, being there, playing third with those fucking massive ups? What are you thinking?
I don't know. I mean, it was pretty defensive, the whole thing. The outfielders, I think I mentioned earlier, the outfielders are just monsters, man. These guys are hitting absolute seeds in the gap, and these guys are just gliding over and catching it.
Dustin, how many balls did you get at third all weekend?
Probably got like 6 or 7, maybe.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it was fun though. Like Ty's telling me, he's like, I think you're gonna play third, and I'm like, dude, have you seen me throw overhand? I can't. I literally cannot throw overhand, and
that's how I am, man.
But
I find it fun. I like it over there.
All I did, every single throw, I just skipped it. I might have made one throw to the chest, and it was like one where I was coming in on a lefty, and I was already in because I figured I have to be a little bit closer here because the lefty. But I love playing on a baseball field. even though there weren't many home runs, like I love the idea of playing on 75-foot base paths
Right.
as well.
You can bobble a ball and still throw someone out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was a good weekend. We had a lot of fun. We like I said, we were right there in every single game. One guy I am going to shout out, I think it's going to be a player to watch out for this year in the Northeast, Nick Folo. He had a fucking unbelievable weekend. He hit
the
the shit out of
original
the ball.
all hair team member.
Yes, Nick Folo, the truth.
Yes, I told Dustin this. I was talking to Gary and Hummer. He fits in. Like, you don't look at him like you looked at some of the other guys and like, oh, they don't belong here, or they can't. They're struggling to compete here. Even at ASA last year, he fits in and he can play with those guys. With any of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, we had him at short, and then Cody ran into the center field fence or the wall at the stadium, and he like cut something open in his knee, and he played for like 2 more games, I think, like the next day with it, and it was still like open. He had to go to the doctor. So Folo ended up playing our last game in center field too, and like did not miss a beat. Like he can play infield, outfield, and he was hitting, man.
Defensively, he can play. He can play at that level.
Yes,
and his hitting is improving 100%. I think he hit 800 in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, if not, he was really close all tournament team, and then he was probably our best hitter this weekend, I would say.
With a damn Louisville.
Yeah, he likes the Louisville, but then he did pick up I think he picked up a Mikan, and he spun one out. That's the one he hit one out.
Yeah, he crushed one. Yeah. Uh-huh.
It is interesting, and this is why I like seeing guys when you get the opportunity to play like this. You know, you think of like a Folo, right? Excuse me. We've known he's been good in this area. I'm looking at Bailey Isbell from Alabama. Offense is okay, you know, not bad, just kind of, but not a conference offense guy, or conference offense guy when you look at him. But the glove is off the charts. You know, Folo was just fucking. He was unbelievable every game I watched him. Jackson May, you know, another guy that gets a chance at the D. You know, like I'm looking at these types of players that aren't 6'4", 5, 270 pounds of just fucking jacked muscle or ex-MLB players. And I love seeing these guys come up. There's a lot of players I didn't get a chance to watch just because of broadcasting. But there are a lot of players that I watched that I was very impressed by. You know, like could Jackson May be a Don Walsh, where Don Walsh gets an opportunity back in 21. I think. Oh Jesus Christ! I think I played Don Walsh at the Firecracker in 21, and then he's all of a sudden, you know, getting an opportunity with a major team.
Yeah, 2 years ago he was on Juneau, and the year before he was on their D team.
Right, and I think that
21.
Yeah,
21. So
I think 21 was the year I went with Hitman, and we played MPT, and I knew the counts from. I think he was playing with him. Like, it's just you like to see these guys that aren't at that level, known names in a sense, and potentially get an opportunity. And Folo is definitely a guy that should get that opportunity.
That's why I brought Hummer last year. I mean, he's one of the best hitters in our area, and he's 40-something years old.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
It was known he was 40-something years old when he hit his triple. I made sure everybody knew he was an old man.
He can hit with those guys. He can't play the field anymore, but like that's giving those guys opportunity like that that's why me and my brother did that last year. Like Gonzo and those guys and Steve and Connor and all those guys. It's like giving them the chance to get seen at that level. I mean, the Dirt Dogs have done good at ASA, but like getting to play against those major guys is huge for them. Even when Rob did it a couple years ago, when we did the New England team, when we played at the stadium that one morning, I took myself out of the game and let Cyrus play because I've already played at the stadium. that's someone who might not be able to play at the stadium ever again. So like getting that opportunity to do that, it doesn't happen for a lot of the guys in the Northeast. So when they do get that chance, it's good to see some of them performing on it.
Yeah. No, it's fun. And at the end of the day, regardless of the level, it's fun to watch good ball players play. And we saw a lot of that this week. I got to tell you, Ricky Moyers out of Virginia, one of my favorite players to watch now. You know, and Mike Lacey and I got into it about conversation about how this is something Jeremy Pucko and I talked about at the weekend before, about saying how somebody he was talking to was saying you can hide guys at the corners. I'm like, and Pucko says, he's like, you can't hide guys at first.
No, you got to be able to. You got to have hands. You got to be able to pick a ball. You got to be able to stretch, jump.
So if there's any women running teams, you want the guys that you want to caress you playing first. the good lovers are at first base. Coco, don't fucking. I'm staying clean here. But a good lover is at first base.
I'm not making a face because you're saying good lover. I'm making the face that you are calling yourself a good lover.
I didn't say that. I just said that the first basemen have nice hands because the mailman said you got to have soft hands at first. Hey, we're pregnant, so it worked.
Yeah, we congratulated on the sex the one time, all right? Let's not get you cocky about it.
That's all it's been. I lost my virginity.
No one said it was good for her.
Yeah. No, I made sure that she finishes before I do. Fuck.
Yes,
anyway, I mean,
Jason, you got yes. I'm done. Yeah, you did a great job. It's late for me.
No, it is. But I got to tell you, the Georgia-Florida game was disappointing. That would be a better game. It was just not. Like, it was a close score, 17-15, just was a shit game. Then Florida beats North Carolina 11-3. North Carolina looked good through the entire tournament, to be honest with you. Oh, go ahead.
I didn't get to. So what was the finals of the championship? Because I turned it off.
You didn't miss anything. Florida walked them off.
28.
I think it was 31-13.
Okay,
So-
even better.
So Carolina was winning in the beginning of that game, right?
Beginning.
Uh-huh.
And then Florida just kept putting it on. But I'll tell you what, North Carolina left Red Marucci at about 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. Alabama, Georgia. Hypothetically, this is what I was told by Georgia. Heaven, you might want to keep those ears up. Hypothetically, allegedly, what I was told, and it could be confirmed from what I was told from somebody I talked to on Saturday morning, Alabama, that Georgia tried to give the game away against Alabama. They tried to slow down and get tagged out at home, make sure they couldn't put up runs. Like, it was just one of those types of games where you're like, we're fucking good. We'll go home we'll go home first thing in the morning. And Alabama and Georgia didn't want to. Alabama, Cardwell, and Drew Hall were both gone Sunday morning because of the game time and just flights and everything.
You mean
so, yeah, whatever they did, guys were trying to lose that late game.
There was football.
I have it on confirmation from somebody on one team that somebody on the other team tried to get tagged out at home. I'm not going to throw names out there now. If you want to watch the game, you might be able to figure it out. Heaven, you could probably check in with that one. But maybe we can get that guy on the podcast.
We've had to do that before in tournaments, though. Like, we were in Chattanooga one year, and it was the game to make it to Sunday. And it was the difference between 10 grand and not changing your flights.
Mm-hmm.
So you put in the subs and you lose on purpose. Like, you try to lose. You know what I mean? Like, no one wants to lose, but you don't also want to have to spend 10 grand.
No, it's expensive to change flights, and that's why I fly Southwest.
Yeah, but you think about it, you got 16, 17 guys there to change flights. That's not cheap.
Maybe we should get a Southern director on here from Georgia.
Oh, J-Mags.
That has a fucking bat. Yeah, let's get the Vanilla Gorilla on here. Let's see. Let's
His internet was always choppy on the hit and sit. I don't know if that was on purpose.
I hope we have a hit and sit show coming up. I'm actually going to message. I'm going to text DW tomorrow and say, hey, let's get a fucking hit and sit show going. But no, but I only saw Georgia play once, so can't talk to a ton. But I got to tell you, J Mag, fucking Christ. Also, really looking forward to seeing what his bet looks like when it comes out. He's swinging the new DeMarini Tech. Heard a lot of good things. Corny was talking about the DeMarini Tech back at the World Series, so really looking forward to seeing what the new DeMarini Tech. Got a chance to talk to Louisville. I think everybody's working in the same ballpark these days. Pick your bat length, pick your ounce at what you like on your end load, and see you later.
Mm-hmm.
Get hits. Use the one that gets
part
hits.
I miss.
I am going to say, I think the Axe bat this year is going to be the ruckus of 3 years ago. That's going to be the one that takes fire this year.
I'm going to keep my professional opinions to myself.
And you're more than welcome to, and that's okay. But I'm just telling you, with what we saw and like how it's holding, you're allowed to.
Remember this date, all right? 1/30/2024. Mark it down.
Put it in your date notebook.
What are we marking down here for you, Snides?
JRo.
Just mark it down.
1:30. Oh, I see.
Axe
1/30/2024.
Axe bats.
would be the new Suncoast.
Okay. It is in my Bring It Podcast notebook.
All right.
So it's official. So when is that band email coming out?
I didn't say
June?
that. I didn't say that. I did not say that at all.
I know you didn't.
I did not say that.
I got to tell you, I do want to talk about some guys specifically. Samori Collier, Oklahoma.
Fast as fuck.
Are him or Banksy or faster? Who's faster, Collier
I
or
don't
Banksy?
know, dude. That's a good race.
I would pay money. I would pay money to watch that fucking.
And you got to put Mikey Williams in there too. He might be a lot older than them guys, but he still flies too.
Really?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Who's Mike Williams with?
He is with JBL, Ohio.
Oh, Mike Williams from JBL.
Yeah.
Really? He's that quick?
Yeah.
He was on. I didn't see him run much when I saw Ohio play that one time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Williams was. He's also a big fan of Subway cookies.
Subway cookies are good. Otis Spunkmeyer.
Are they really?
I'm 95% sure they used to be.
But yeah, I think I kind of hit on some of the younger guys that we wouldn't expect. Jackson May, Bailey Isbell, Collier, Banks. I love this rookie Moyers.
I think Collier's faster than everybody.
I think you're right. I think Collier's probably faster than Banks.
I do.
Collier, fucking so quick. But it was fun, and I got to tell you, thanks to all you conference guys for letting me be an idiot on the microphone. I hear all the time being like, yeah, we can hear you up there. Steve Myers, I know. Now I found out nobody calls you Scuba Steve. I heard somebody say Scuba Steve in the stands or somewhere, and so I called him Scuba Steve the whole broadcast.
I'm pretty sure he's a vet, too. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. I talked to him the next day, and he is, I think he might be older than me, but he is in way better shape than I've ever been.
I think he was in the Army or the Navy or the Air Force.
And a great pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Great pitcher. He's going to be with Beachies this year. John Natoli, want to give him a shout out real quick. Just, Chick-fil-A's done this year.
He'll be
Hell
back.
of a run with Chick-fil-A. You played against them a ton, and John Natoli, you know him well. Hopefully he comes back, in a couple of years and they resurface.
Their story is nuts, man. They started as a D team.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And moved up to Conference A?
Double A. Some of those guys they started as a D team and they made it all the way up together to Double A. I don't know how many guys it was, but yeah.
So Zach Ross, Pudge,
not
Sanford.
Zach Ross, not Pudge, no, John, the big catcher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Wow.
Ingles kid, he wasn't there this week, I don't think. But some of those Chick-fil-A guys they started as original guys, started as a D team, and they made it all the way up to Double A together.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, John Natoli, hope everything goes well, while you take this break, and hopefully see you back. And he pitched in the first game for Virginia that I saw, and then center was pitching for the rest of the way out. That was just great. And I heard at the World Series that Chick-fil-A was done as well. But, when you have somebody like John Natoli, he's a great dude and great, runs a great team, a great sponsor.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
100%.
But got a chance to meet Chris and Enos. We were walking off the plane together. He was trying to come upstream like a fucking asshole while we were trying to deboard the plane. So I grabbed his bag for him. Had a chance to check with him. Virginia had a great run. They lost to Florida, and then they lost to North Carolina. North Carolina put up like 22. No, they put up 20 in the first 2 innings on Alabama, and then put up 2 the rest of the way. And they were cruising. Beat California, beat Alabama, and then, you just run out of gas against Florida. Florida's tough to win. Real quick, let's see here. What do we got? Tournament MVPs. We don't have them. There's nobody crazy on here. Tripp, Bama for Alabama. Sean Jones pitched a hell of a tournament. Trap's a great player. Travis Tucker. What a hell of a player.
He's hilarious.
That's all I've heard. Pudge loves Trapp.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Jonas did an unbelievable job pitching for North Carolina. Chris Enos was locked in. Patrick
Word on
Center
the
did a hell of a
streets
job.
is Mr. Jonas might be moving up in your guys' neck of the woods.
Where?
He was talking to Hummer a little bit, and he said that they're looking at Maine.
We'll take him for the Team New England major team.
I've been talking to him. If he does move up, I'm gonna hook him up with somebody to play some leagues.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No kidding.
I talked to him on Saturday night.
He's a great dude.
Is he?
Yeah. Right. I love Jonas. Big hockey fan. Season tickets to the Hurricanes.
Well, Jonas and I should probably fucking chat then, because with my old man fucking coaching, being the assistant coach there, and I need to get back into hockey. Mm-hmm. But Jonas, I had a lot of fun watching Jonas on the bump.
He is
this year.
He is a tough guy to hit, man. He throws that arc.
Yes,
he that bitch right behind the plate.
Yeah,
it's a nice heavy knuckleball too.
Yes,
is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this was fun. I mean, thanks everybody tuning in, but we're probably gonna bullshit here for a bit. There are big things coming. I know a lot of people asked about more. I mean, fucking John King's asked for me to be more on the mic for you, Trip. Get me on the payroll. There's stuff coming. Well, I'm just gonna leave it at that. We'll see how it develops, but there's definitely some conversations this weekend, both with a couple people at USSSA, where I think you'll hear me. You'll see us on the podcast potentially having opportunities as well overall, where it's kind of free-ish, if you will. I think some things are going to go back to where they were before Worlds. Not fully, but a little bit.
Which it should be.
We're just promoting.
It's an inch. We'll take a mile. Just give us that inch.
You give us 6 games. I'm not broadcasting more than 6 games if I'm just doing it from home, for fun of it.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah,
you're not doing
games,
you sure about that?
Is that how it always goes? Hey, Coco.
Yes, sir.
What you got?
All right. We're Mary fucking killing condiments tonight.
Ooh, yeah.
We're talking sandwich condiments. Relish, mayo, mustard.
I'm out. I'm killing them all.
Jesus Christ.
Relish,
I'm gonna be the
mayo,
first.
mustard. Did you say?
I'm gonna be the
Hey,
first
do you
time
want
ever.
to take a minute and rethink?
No,
No.
not at all. I don't. He's wrong, not me.
I'm gonna kill them all because I can't stand all 3 of them.
Wow,
Yeah, the hot take is.
I was going to say you're real black until you're killing off mustard and relish. I understand killing the mayo, but you're killing all of them.
I love pickles and cucumbers and everything. I don't like relish. I hate mustard, and I'm not a big mayo person.
Why isn't it ketchup? Why isn't it ketchup over mayo?
Right.
No, fuck that. How is it ketchup not over relish?
It's all because you're not putting ketchup on a turkey sandwich.
Are you putting relish on a turkey sandwich?
Yes, absolutely. A spicy relish, a pepper
What?
relish. You've never put a pepper relish on something?
No, that's hot peppers. I'm not putting relish.
No, it's not.
I don't need the sweetness.
A relish is pickled vegetables
Christ.
diced.
Why is it every fucking time with you? With these Mary fuck kills, we need to have the most elaborate rules laid out.
See, I put vinegar on my sandwiches.
Yes, oil vinegar.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
cool.
because relish was in this conversation, the only thing I can think of is we're putting this on a hot dog.
Right.
Relish only goes on a hot dog.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
Heaven's sticking up for Coco. He
Yeah,
doesn't
right,
want
he
us
is.
to beat up on his girlfriend.
Is this just on any sandwich?
The most versatile of the condiments of those three. Yeah, like you can put.
That is not relish. Is not versatile.
Relish is
You're
not
fucking. You are mental if you think relish isn't versatile.
It's
Relish
like-
is
like
fucking
he-
chopped up pickles, and he's like, "I love pickles. I love vinegar. I hate relish." That's
I
what
hate
relish is.
Relish is a hot dog.
No, because
condiment.
there's the sugar added in relish.
Yeah.
Dude, I make my own relish. I make it all the time. I chop pickles. I chop hot peppers. I put it together. You let it
Here's the-
marinate in itself.
Mary
No,
mayo,
let that
fuck
marinate.
mustard. I'm gonna kill fucking relish.
Good. I hope bring all the fucking smoke, bud. So hold on here.
Get me out of this fucking conversation. I'm done. I'll see you guys next week. Jesus.
I think this is exactly what happened. Coco could only find 2 condiments that typically go on a sandwich, and then he's like, "I'm just gonna add my favorite condiment ever." So he clearly
No.
mixes-
Hold on.
he
You said
he
you were
makes
leaving.
his
You said
own
you were leaving.
fucking
Goodbye.
Relish. He says he makes his own relish.
I
He's
do.
not making his own mayonnaise or his own
No.
mustard.
Have you ever made your own mayonnaise though? It's
I don't like
amazing.
mayonnaise. I'm killing. Actually, I'm fucking mayonnaise because I feel like one time, for old time's sake, I'm marrying relish. You're absolutely right. I put relish on fucking everything.
This is what we just fell into a trap. He got 2 condiments and then he put his favorite one on there so he could marry it.
This is the
time he
only
can say he
fucking
can
answer.
marry relish.
No.
Only answer. Heaven's got it. Fat man's unite. Like this is the
I have a
only
feeling
answer.
this probably isn't the first answer you gave, and by the time we leave, you'll give us 3 more.
No, there's no fucking other answer. There's no other answer. You gave us mayo, mustard, and I love mustard. I have fucking 6 different mustards in my fucking fridge right
I
now.
like the smell of it.
Like, and fucking relish. You gave us hot peppers. I will chop up fucking hot peppers. I don't need to be a fucking relish. I'll put a hot pepper on my fucking sandwich. I don't
You
give a
chop
fuck.
it up
Yeah,
and
mayo
just be
goes
a
on
relish.
everything. Mayo, you make chicken salad, egg salad, ham and cheese. Fucking slather that shit up. You put it on a dog. You put it on a burger. You can fucking baste it. Mayo fucks. You can make a nice aioli. It goes on a fucking charcuterie board. You get the fuck out of here with this
But
awful
yeah,
thing.
Yeah, I think what JRo's saying, I think that's the only thing.
All right.
Marry mayo, you fuck mustard, and you kill relish. Unless we're talking about a hot dog, and then I'm considering marrying relish on a hot dog.
Well, that
I-
goes into a different question. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No,
No.
a
Holy
hot dog is
fucking
specifically
God.
a hot dog.
How have you made it 3.5 years on here?
I took a break.
We keep trying to
This
get
thing-
rid of you, and you just hold on like a fucking goddamn fucking tumor. It's like, oh, hey guys, don't worry, chemo went awesome, but oh shit, 3 years later, it still pops up, and here you are, Coco.
And I'm back with access. I can kick you off. I can start and end the stream. You
I
don't
thought
know
I
what
changed
happened.
passwords. Oh, all right. So mayo, mustard, relish. That's all it is. Coco, what are you going with?
Oh, I said mine. I'm marrying relish. I'm fucking mayo because I think one time someone could make me a bomb sandwich with the mayo. I don't think mustard has
Every
that
time.
elegance to it.
Every time you can make a bomb sandwich with
Just one
mayonnaise
time. I
every
don't like
time.
mayo. I didn't grow up. This is all it comes. I didn't grow up having those things.
I gotta tell you what.
And this is why you put relish on sandwiches.
Let me live. Let the kid live.
Heaven's
Yeah, wait a minute.
here.
Let's go back to this. No, Heaven is our 5th member anyway. He's the only
Yeah.
one still listening. Why are we not
Yeah.
giving him more shit for this?
That's what I was just gonna say. There's no chance in hell I'm ever eating a sandwich the mailman makes me.
No, it'll be good. I'm telling you, oil, vinegar, salt, pepper.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I don't want it on white bread. If it's white bread, I want fucking. If it's on
He's a
bread, I
big
want
Wonder
mayo.
Bread guy, I bet.
Ugh.
Then it's got to be a nice brioche bun or a hoagie roll.
I just don't like mayo. It's the texture to me. I don't like pudding. I don't like cottage cheese.
Come.
Obviously not.
That's different. It's more chewable, he says.
I don't like it's that texture. I don't like it. I think
Are you trying to be a non like import for BSC? Is that why you're saying like you don't like mayo?
No.
Now that you're down in Jacksonville, you're like, we've got a great BSC team. I don't want to be considered as a white guy, so I'm going to say I don't like mayo. And obviously, if you're white, you like mayo, and that's what the way out is.
No, I just don't like mayo. I've never really liked mayo.
He's checking his phone with his team.
You're from fucking Connecticut.
Coco's never had mayo.
I have. I don't like it.
Okay. You know,
Well, you're lucky we like your bat.
Yeah,
We got the magic. We all got the magic anarchy. We all got the magic. I mean, I gotta tell you what, Magic Mike. This bat, I thought it was the white one. I don't know why I wasn't a winner. I feel like those winners might have been very, very selective.
No, it was too hard to put a white one in with the order going to Hummer and make him select the white ones.
Oh, so I have beef with him. Got it.
But
And
this is.
I did Hummers was a favor from Smash It and Anarchy from me.
I will tell you this piece right here,
Yeah.
where it says you're back to back to back.
Mhm.
Fucking what a nice little touch. Like it's a great looking bat.
Even
But
the
that
sticker,
little piece here is awesome.
the sticker, the knob sticker is
Yes.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I sent you guys the picture of it. I let my kids open the box because I'm an idiot. That was supposed to be a video, and they took the wrapper off, and they just, oh, gold! This is so cool. And they go, what's the numbers for? And I was like, well, this motherfucker. I didn't say that really, but I'm like, he won back to back championships. He's really good. I'm like, yeah, that's how that happens. So
Yeah.
they think I know celebrities.
And Magic, how do you break this in? Because I did it. I don't know if you were on yet, but I did it and it worked. So how do you break this in?
I hit mine on Sunday.
Oh, you fucking asshole! Fuck
Classic
off!
M.
I fucking stepped on it like you've been saying for weeks.
Yeah, well, if I had a tournament, I would have just used it. But I had time to go and hit on Sunday for the first time in fucking 3 months. So I went and hit 75 balls off a tee. When I tested it before, it was 275. I hit 75 classic M's off a tee. I came back and it was 275. And it sounded and felt good.
Well, I took it out of the UPS, dropped it off when Dustin. Actually, I got it probably like 20 minutes after Coco because we live so close together. And I had my socks on. I put it on my hardwood floor on a carpet, and I stepped on it, and I heard the. And so I turned it, and I went, and I turned it. All right, cool, I'm good. That's
Do
all
you
I
think it'll
did.
do that if I step on it? Is there a weight that I have to get to?
It will.
I barely stepped on it, my man. So
Yeah.
your scrawny ass will take care of it.
Love it, I still think I'm skinny.
I'm gonna hit it again on Thursday. I got league 2 games, and then Friday I got a 1.
Oh,
pitch
fuck
7.
off. Shut up the fuck up about league on a Thursday.
Yeah,
I'll be
so-
shuffling on fucking Thursday.
So finally, the Drew Park in Jacksonville, the turf is done. So we finally are starting league there, and they put up a video today of the complex. It looks sick. I can't wait to get there.
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to hearing how
Bragging
this
camp.
comes back. But no, Mike. Again, I know we've said it for about 9 weeks in a row. Congratulations! Like, it's exciting. This is a whole different thing. Like,
Yeah,
it's a guy. It's our guy. Like, you've been with us before you've even jumped on here. Like, it's a local guy, somebody that is big in the community, especially up in this area. It's really fucking cool to see you have your own bat.
yeah. I'm excited to see other people swinging it than just some of my buddies like you guys. I want to see random people swinging it because there is a lot of people who bought it who just weren't from us. So
Yeah.
And there's only 9. There's only 9 left. 9.
Go buy them. Anarchy.com. Go
And
buy them.
There is a white one left in the 25.
Go swing your fucking toothpicks with your 25. You might get a white one, which the white one is sexy.
Yeah, those are nice.
Those are really good.
Yeah. So out of the 5, I have 2 Hummer as one. So there's 2 more left.
All right.
I
like that.
bought the white one for Hummer for everything he's been doing for me. So
I told Hummer, I messaged Hummer as soon as he put that pic up on Facebook. I'm like, dude, take that fucking down, take your coat off, and repost that shit. He's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Well, listen, we'll be back. We're gonna be back next week. I feel like we've got too much momentum going right now to take a week off. We're gonna have guests all through February. That may change, but like I'm gonna work on getting a guest for next week for us. Pretty big one. Probably maybe some guys. Go ahead.
Big Daddy Hacks also said he'll join anytime we want him to.
We can't. No, we can't have Big Daddy Hacks on. Big Daddy Hacks can come on when it's just Coco only running the podcast. He talks way more than I do.
Yeah, he loves it, man. He
Sounds
loves
like
it.
you and him might be able to break a record and get back to our 4-hour podcast.
He'll be the one to do 24-hour podcast with me.
We went 3 hours on Wednesday.
I know. I'm like, oh, we're like 45 minutes in, like it should be, and I just kept waiting and waiting. I'm like, fuck, is this how Corey and Dustin feel sometimes? It's like, yeah, it is.
But it was cool. I mean, some of those people, the advertising worked. Some of those people bought bats. 3 or 4
Good.
people bought bats.
Perfect.
2 guys ended up messaging me. They bought bats after. 1 guy won a bat, so it was cool.
Well, Big Daddy Hacks can join us anytime he wants.
We'll give him a time limit.
Yeah. But here's the other thing. Big Daddy Hacks, unlike your interview where he's like searching comments for questions,
Yeah.
motherfuckers just throw shit in here all the time. We just don't respond to those cunts. Like,
Yeah.
we got them coming in all the time. No, I would I think it'd be great. And, you know, especially February, early March. I mean, realistically, I'm looking like I'd love to have OGKP on on the show.
Yeah. He'd do it.
Reach out to him. There's like I would love to get J-Mag, the Vanilla Gorilla, on the show. Georgia State Director, so we can just shit on him with his sandbagging down there. You know,
I bet
just
you,
get some different guys.
I bet you can ask anybody at this point, and they're going to say yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna go back to it. Like it's pretty. I also the big thing is I kind of want to do next is I want to get a big women's guest on. I feel like we've not necessarily dove into the women's game as much as we used to lately. I'd love to get a big women's guest on. I'd love like Kylie Studioso.
Yeah.
Didn't get just to talk to her. Maybe Megan Baltzel, somebody like that. Would love a big women's guest.
If you can get Jen and Scott on here together, it'd be cool.
Easy. Jen's already said she'll join us. Would love Jen and Scott to join us. Jen and Scott Naparata on here. Yeah. Well, we're going to do some cool shit. I think I know February we were looking at like, you're a cunt.
I just thought too.
You're a cunt. Jamie was great on your fucking softball page. How you got to be like that? Like, but Jen and Scott, I think would be great. Like, I just think February we were going to take a little time off. I think we'll talk this week and figure out what it looks like. But I don't know. I think we got some good shit going, and I kind of want to keep that momentum. And I think you boys probably agree, or at least I hope.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever.
All right, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, see you fucks next week. Have a great week, everybody.
See ya.